What's going on, Internet? The Black Okage here, aka TBH and Beyonce. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Game and Illuminaughty podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, and you're now tuned in to episode 200. If you're watching the video version of the show at youtube.com/GI updates, know this show is available at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and all other major podcast platforms. I saw that face you made, Ethos. That's right, episode 200. Fun fact for all you hating ass bitches. Most people do not make it past 10 episodes in the podcast game. We're on 200. Cloud us up.
We didn't spam episodes every single twice a week or something like that.
Tight shit. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button and the hype button. When you hit that hype button, our show will appear on YouTube's new hype charts, which helps bring in new viewers for the world's best weekly gaming podcast. If social media is your thing, we drop content over there on our pages. We're available on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Discord. Our handle on most platforms is at GI Updates, with the exception being Facebook, which is facebook.com/GI podcast. Links to all our social media platforms will be in the description box below at youtube.com/GI updates. Now, without further ado, allow me to introduce you to my co-hosts, the first of which retweeted 1 million. He said he didn't. I disagree. You can go check his Twitter.
I
million. Yes, you did. He retweeted 1 million Black Panther tweets. So it's safe to assume. First of all, I don't even know why you're mad at this intro. It's a compliment. It's safe to assume he's a big fan of David Johnson, the new Black Panther. I thought it was a good pick. What's your problem,
I'm not even a big fan. I just said I saw a couple things that he was in. I was like, every single time I saw him in something, he was really good. The first time I saw him was in it was that HBO series Industry. That was the first time I ever knew he existed, was I saw him in that series. And he did a really good job in that series. And then The Long Walk is what everybody talks about, which I think he also did a phenomenal job in. So he did great. But outside of that, I'll tell you another thing. I saw The Odyssey this past week. Oh my God. Absolute cinema. It was so damn good. I went and got the book.
Only took 3,000 years. Only took 3,000. Okay.
Yeah, I read it in high school, but I don't remember a lot because it was back in high school. So I wanted to catch up. And I had to see Iliad in it too. So I wanted to read it over again. It's been a minute, and people don't read anymore, so I think it's important to keep the brain still functioning.
I still have not seen it because there are only 40 IMAX theaters in the United States, and my significant other refuses to see it unless it's IMAX. So
I found a 70 millimeter last week. I didn't know it was near as close as it was. Someone added one. I'm gonna go see it this Sunday with JoJo, so it's gonna be pretty cool. And my brother.
Anybody that knows that's in a healthy relationship knows if you go see the movie without them, that's gonna start a fight. So
watch a show without them. None of that.
Co-op game without them.
So I'm out of it. I do really want to see that. I did watch the Avatar movie though. I thought it was kind of.
I saw that allegedly months ago.
I meant to watch it allegedly months ago, and then I just got around to it. But it was it was okay.
Did you see it in theaters?
Nah, I saw it allegedly, but I
just
got around to watching it. And it was just it was just okay. I hate to say this, but I could kind of understand why Paramount was hesitant to put it in theaters. It was just kind of okay.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Good animation, good fights, but the story was kind of it wasn't that great for Avatar. The bar's high for Avatar for me. Anyways,
did you see the new series?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't look very good. I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm only watching it because I'm a big Avatar fan. I'm gonna give it a chance, but the animation looked really cheap. I'm not gonna lie, man.
I'm praying for those Korra fans. I got no skin in the game, but I feel real bad for them, bro, because they've been defending Korra nonstop, and now this just makes things worse. So
it's unfortunate. As y'all can see, for episode 200, Watts is not here. It's because she had to take care of an emergency, so she should be back hopefully next week. It's all good, so we're going to wish her well. And since Watts ain't here today, instead what we're going to do is my other co-host is going to use her time to rip some magic packs open. UTX Ripper the Don. Show us what you got.
All right. we have magic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this time. So I'm gonna rip these open. I'm not gonna take too much time though. We'll do it as we continue.
Big pack opener, big pack.
Don't
bend them.
Yeah, I don't. You got a top loader in case you pull some banger.
I got them ready.
Hey, why are you ripping that? Can I just say, I just saw a TikTok of a dude who sent in a card that was worth $1,000, and the PSA charged him $1,000 for like insurance. I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
Ooh, what?
No, my bad. It was worth 20. It was some rare Mickey Mouse card, and it was worth $20,000, and they charged him $1,000 for the grading. Is that normal?
I don't know because I've never done it.
That
I
makes me
wouldn't be
not want to grade
surprised. Like,
anything.
if you wanna
Charging that
back
much is that
if you're
sounds
shipping it back
insane.
or something, they're probably like, well, we don't want to deal with any insurances. Because obviously, like, imagine you ship it. You know how much insurance costs to ship something? So the value of it might be, oh, well, the value of this was only $100, right? And then when they grade it, it comes back and it's worth a lot more because now it's graded. So I'm assuming now that changes the math on like shipping it back over because now you have to change the value of the package in case of damage.
Because I don't
That's
think
like,
I don't think too many people would be doing that if it costs that much.
Maybe it's like something like warranty, like if something breaks, if something goes wrong in the transporting of the object, we'll compensate it for it, or maybe like up to a certain amount of years, as long as it's like if the car got damaged as a result of like us putting in the case, we will compensate you for it. Maybe that might be why. I don't know. I know that doesn't really surprise me when it comes to like the Pokemon area of card games.
Like, damn, they ripping people off in every aspect, not just the actual cards, but the grading process too, man.
The grading process too has been accused of like, manipulation and
monopolies are bad.
Yeah, and like, certain things are getting rated 10s, others aren't, but it doesn't make sense. Like, it's inconsistent, and they're saying like there's like friends, like certain people get special privilege. Like if you're a streamer or whatever it is, they might intentionally give your card a higher ranking than what it deserves.
I'm trying to be the world's #1 Power Wheel Ripper, bro. I don't know though.
All right, I did not get the signature. I got
Hey, he just revealed. You're not supposed to do that, bro. You gotta
show all the cards, bro.
Yeah,
man. What is that? It's blurry. What is that?
Yeah, bro.
It's Raph and Mikey Troublemakers.
Oh, I've seen them. Yeah,
I don't know why it doesn't, but anyway.
Let us know how much that costs in the comments, y'all. I'm pretty sure somebody would look that. That's only a $5 card.
It probably is only a $5.
I'm pretty sure it probably is though.
That's the only pack you had to bust open?
I'm not doing another one.
Okay. Y'all only get one. He said y'all only get one. He gonna say the rest for
I only get one.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, this is how we gonna kick off the show. We were supposed to be talking about Splatoon Raiders, but we're gonna have to wait because Watts the only one with a Switch. So instead, we're gonna start off the podcast talking about this Marvel Tokon, which is the brand new fighting game from Arc Systems, the creators of Guilty Gear. It is a tag fighter, and it'll launch with 20 characters. It's currently in open beta. Well, not anymore by the time y'all see this podcast. It was this past weekend. The beta had 15 characters in there, various different modes, just basic stuff, training, online, some ranked and stuff like that. And it had private lobbies as well. And you were able to get a good, healthy taste out of the game to figure out whether or not it's for you. It was on PlayStation and PC with cross-play. This is one of the most anticipated games of the year. So the question is, after getting some hands-on time with the beta, Jay, do you feel like it was worth the wait?
Yes, I do. I have to get out of the mindset, even though it's very similar to what I'm used to for Marvel versus Capcom. It really isn't. It has similar elements, but this really is more of a 1v1 with assists type of fighter. I mean, if you played DBZ Fighters or Guilty Gear, it makes more sense because it's made by Arc Systems. So again, the similar elements are there for those type of fighters, but I really love it. It actually feels like a lot smoother once I started playing it because it has some of the same mechanics on how to do standard combos. So it really seemed like more comfortable to me because I like those type of games. So it really was easier to pick up and master. It's just going to now come to a point where a lot of people are labbing and they're trying to figure out, what are the most optimal combos. So once you really get used to that and some of the other mechanics that this game has that do differ from Marvel vs. Capcom or DBZ Fighters or Guilty Gear, once you get used to those, then I think it's a really dope fighter to really get into. For the casual folks, I'm here to say again, this game is Mickey times 10. So if you do not play any fighters and you just want to get into it because as Marvel you're interested in it, but you're worried that people are going to just slaughter you, I think that you do have an easier barrier to entry because it does have easy combos. You can literally just mash light, you can mash medium, you can mash heavy, and you can get your supers off. It's one button to do any of the special moves that the characters have. So it's very easy to pick up and play. So I wouldn't worry about that. I did see some people that were a little bit concerned. So I'm here to tell you that you don't have to worry about that at all. You can still obviously do manual input for everything, and then the most optimal combos, you won't be able to just hit one button or hit two buttons in order to do those. You do still have to put in the work. So that's good. I do like that. Defensive options, I wish that they were a little bit different. For me, I'm used to push blocks, but I do know that they have a symbol option so that, you know, if someone's punching you and then you do like a perfect parry or whatever, you can parry those moves. But it just takes some getting used to. Sometimes I felt like it wasn't really coming out like I wanted it to. There may have been, you know, lag, and may have been just input. So we'll see as the game progresses up until launch. But other than that, man, I really love it. Like, the characters that you have in the game so far are super dope. I picked Magneto as one of my mains, but Dr. Doom is also dope. I like Shuri. Pretty much every character is viable. You know, I must say, pretty much every character is viable. I saw some crazy stuff with Captain America, who was like the main person who you play in the training. Like, somebody was literally just throwing their shield over and over and then just kicking it. And then like the person just literally cannot do anything. So like there have been some shenanigans for sure. And they've definitely changed some things since the closed beta. I was looking at some of the comparisons on some of the things that they did, like for example, going into another character. At first, that wasn't really an option to pick whichever character that you want, but now they have those directional, so that's good. The same thing with your actual just regular assemble moves, your assist moves. That wasn't directional, now it is, so you can literally hit any direction that you want in order to get the character that you want. I didn't understand at first how the characters came. For some reason, I guess I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't realize that all four characters aren't available at the start. You actually have to either lose and the rounds continue to progress in order to get all of your characters, or you can actually get them quicker if you do certain things, like if you do like a special heavy move and knock them across the screen, then another character will come in. So certain things like that, if you do like the regular quick combos, that you can get them too. So I didn't realize that. So it's a lot of like other little mechanics in there that I find are very unique, and I didn't realize it until I continue playing the game. But I pretty much, I love this game. I knew I would love it because, again, I love Marvel vs. Capcom, one of my favorite fighting games of all time. So I knew that I would really get into this game, and it seemed like a game that I would, like, if I really want to put the time into it, I would definitely choose this game to continue to lab with. It's a Marvel IP. I don't think you can really do any wrong with my eyes with the Marvel IP, but since the mechanics are there too. Well, I mean, as far as
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Well, yes, that's we're not gonna talk about that one. Yes, you're right. You're right. I tend to erase that from my mind because, again, they did mess up on that one. But outside of that, like, I think that they've done a pretty good job with the Marvel IP. And now you have a different company that worked on this one. And ArcSys pretty much can't miss. ArcSys has done a really good job. I think that they're a really reputable fighting game studio. So they really have some really dope games, and I just love the way that they implement their mechanics into any fighter. Because I wasn't into Guilty Gear at first. And I remember we were labbing that for a little bit, and I was like, "Damn, Guilty Gear is actually dope too." So like and then DBZ Fighters, obviously, which got a lot more people onto ArcSys and what they can do. So I really enjoy it. I think that this open beta really got a lot of people hyped. Obviously, there are going to be those people that are just labbing it 24/7. There are going to be those people that come from Marvel vs. Capcom or DBZ Fighters or Guilty Gear that are going to pick it up. It's really like riding a bike for them. They're just going to pick it up and just absolutely dominate. So there's always going to be those people, but I wouldn't worry about them. If you really want to try this game, if you love Marvel, if you love anything ArcSys, if you just want to try a fighting game and are super worried about the barrier to entry, I think that this is a really good game to try to get into and see how far you can go. I think this game might end up taking the place of Marvel versus Capcom. Obviously, that really hasn't been in the top 5 because it's a super old game at this point, but there are people that still play it. It was one of my favorite things to see played at a high level. So I think this could, now that I did take the time to play it, I think it could, take its place now. Will it be 2X KO? I think that's the question that's on everyone's mind. I don't know. I don't know. I think more people are going to get into it just because it's Marvel. But again, there are a ton of LOL fans, League of Legends fans that really, really love 2XKO too. So I think it'll be a good battle. I think, we may be wrong about some of the takes that we did have about Token versus 2XKO, because obviously 2XKO had a huge resurgence and actually did very well at Evo. So I think that game is here to stay as well. I don't think any of these games are going to die. I think both of them are going to have a very healthy ecosystem, just as long as, again, it's one update from a total mess. So we shall see. But I think that Marvel Token is a really good entry, bringing Marvel back, and I think that this could see potentially some very high level play, and could potentially crack that top 5 at Evo. We'll see.
I'm gonna give y'all some positives, and then we're gonna hop into the negatives. For me, the positives, Jaden mentioned this, but this game is fucking gorgeous. I'm playing on the PS5 versions, which for reasons I'll tell you later when we get to the negatives. Even on the PS5, this game is gorgeous and it runs well. It's just nice to see a really vibrant game that's just fun to look at, because I do feel like games have just been getting really dark and gritty. I like the vibrancy. But anyways, as far as the way the game plays, I like the flow of the combat. I feel like it's just as scrubby as an Invincible versus. And I'm okay with a game being scrubby as long as everybody's on the same playing field. My issue with like Street Fighter was always that like I didn't like the fact that people could hop into ranked and play modern controls, and then the other person is playing with regular inputs, when it's been proven that certain inputs take much longer than just hitting one fucking button. Like, yeah, you can overcome that, but it doesn't change the fact that you are playing a different game. Everybody's on the same playing field, so I'm cool. Everybody's got auto combos. It really comes down to your ability to mix up your movement, your setups, and like this game allows the creative freedom that allows it allows for a lot of creative expression. Will people use that? I don't know, because people tend to just copy the big people that are big in the FGC. But I think this game allows a lot of creative expression, which I really like. The beta has 15 characters. They all feel viable. It really feels like it comes down to your play style and what you like, which is, to me, is always a good sign of a fighter. I kind of wish that the beta would have had the Hulk in it. So, but we're going to have to wait for the full game, because I wanted to play somebody that could really dunk on people. But it just feels good. The controls feel responsive. They're intuitive. It's fun to run sets. It actually has this is sad that I'm saying this. It has private lobbies. That's great. I don't like that chibi shit, but at least you can hop in and play with your friends, which is crazy to say in 2026, and it's not that hard. Just set up a room. As for the negatives, that PC version is ass for Marvel Token. I hope they get it together, because when does this full game come out, Jay? You know?
August 4th or 5th.
So this wasn't even no damn beta. This was a fucking demo, bro. Oh,
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I might buy the disc for PS5. So that PC version, if y'all have not seen on social media, people have been complaining. I had same issues. I crashed 3 times in a row, and I said, y'all lucky, chat. I was streaming. Y'all lucky I got fast internet. I went ahead and uninstalled the PC version and just went and downloaded it on the PS5, and it took about 2 minutes. That PC version, it's not the game that's unoptimized. There's something in the background running off of Sony systems that's fucking it up, to the point where I think it feels like Sony sabotaging the PC version. Because every time it crashed, I would get a white pop-up screen that said something along the lines of like Sony SDK won't launch or whatever, and the game just kept crashing. I'm like, oh, so there's some system in the background with PSN that's running that's fucking it up, because it's not running natively on Steam. So that PC version, I'm not gonna lie, if you're looking forward to playing this crossplay on PC, I would say wait for the reviews, see what the day one reviews is looking like, if they're saying it's good. If it's not, I'd say go for that console version, because it was really bad. Other things I didn't like, this game it's a tag fighter, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's a 1v1 fighter. If you want to play one character, that is a viable strategy, and you can win as long as you're extending your combos with your other characters. You can play this as a 1v1 fighter, to the point where like it does feel like there's some visual clutter on the screen when you got 4v4 and there's just like 8 characters on the screen. There was plenty of times where like I'm mid combo and I just lost myself, because there's just too much shit on the screen between the 8 characters plus all the explosions and the projectiles everywhere. Because it's a one-on-one fighter, I kind of feel like it's like, did we need 4 characters? This could have been fine as just a 2v2 fighter, I think. The mechanics would have been exactly the same, but it would have been less visual clutter so that people can focus on the combos. if they would have had the 4 characters there like they have, I would have preferred it to play more like Invincible, where it's like you easily can flow into different combos, whether you're in the air or on the ground. But like in this, it's like it only can flow into combos, tagging people in very specific ways. So it's kind of weird, and it's kind of hard to get used to. And then the tag system it's mad unresponsive, bro. I feel like I was losing matches just because like I'm just pressing the tag button nonstop. I'm like, hello, there's half my health bar trying to fight the damn tag system when nobody's even attacking me, and I'm like backing up, but it's like it's not coming out the way that I want it. But it is fun. It is fun. I think it has some problems, but I think the problems that it does have, they can be fixed. That's the good news. I like where it's heading, but they gotta bare minimum, they gotta clean up that PC version. The whole thing I was saying about with the 4v4, that's more of like a preference for me and the visual clutter thing. But at bare minimum, I do think that PC version is a problem. And I feel like Sony sabotaging. What you think, Jay?
I mean, I think there's some validity to that. A PC games that have that you have to log into PSN in order to use it have always been a problem. I mean, so much that I remember when Helldivers was out and there was a whole debacle about that because it didn't require you to do it. And then Sony tried to sneak that in and the community was like, oh, hell no, like we're not doing that. So I do think that definitely has caused issues. I don't know why Sony is like so stuck on you have to log into Sony. Like nobody wants to do that, especially if you're purely on PC, you don't want to do that. A lot of people don't even have Sony accounts. So like some of them probably were forced to make one in order to log in. I did see multiple people have problems. Again, I'm not going to say, oh, it's, just an issue with y'all. Cause Steve also had a problem. He said he couldn't load it. It kept crashing on him. I was luckily able to get in, but I did go through some hoops. I'm not gonna lie. I went through some hoops in order to just log into PSN. That was for sure. So that took me a couple times and some workarounds because it was like, oh, you can log in, and then it took me to another window and then another window. I'm like, why do I have to go through 3 windows in order to just log in? Like it should just take me to one window in order to log in. But once I got through that, then now every time that I boot up the game, I do get that one, which was just a white window for you, but it's the actual login window. And now it just says sign in. So that's how I'm able to get in now. So again, I did see multiple people having problems with that. I also saw people having problems with what I believe was the shaders loading, but there were some people who initially when they booted up the game, it looked like a slideshow and it did look super bad. They couldn't even literally just the boot up screens were just literally creeping up. So I don't know if the shaders were trying to load before the actual game got into the main menu. That's what it seemed like it was doing, because I've definitely had those problems with some games before. So I'm hoping that's not what's going on, because if so, that's just bad coding. But that's also an issue that I saw people having. I didn't have that issue. It was able to boot up just fine. And then after it did get to the main menu, it did load the shaders. So that was okay for me. But again, not everybody wasn't that lucky. So just proceed with caution. I wouldn't say that the PC version is total ass, but definitely proceed with caution. I don't know what the exact issue is. I don't know if it's a CPU issue. I don't know if it's a GPU issue, but it's definitely a problem that some people have experienced.
Ethos, why you ain't play this game?
Because I got 2 XKO.
It's a free beta though. You got a podcast to do.
Yeah, but I was too busy playing other good games.
Oh, what's your rank at 2 XKO?
Gold.
Oh, okay. A little something. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, you want to play me?
No, I don't like that game. Freaking one day we're all gonna find a game we like. One more negative I will get to is the online's a little shaky. It's good for the most part, I'd say like 70% of the time, but that other 30%, there was some lag, there was some disconnects, and it does make me a little worried that we're close to the launch. And it's like there's these features in here that like I feel should be much smoother, especially coming from Arc Systems. Guilty Gear is buttery smooth, so I find it very fascinating that like we're playing a game like with a Marvel IP and it's not where it needs to be from an optimization standpoint. So like I'm hoping they figure that out real soon. They did put out a tweet saying they recognize the issues with the PC, so I'm hoping they figure that out before launch. But proceed with caution, listeners, for that PC version if you are interested in it. But bare minimum, this game is fun. I will be there day one. It was nice. We were all in a Discord just fucking yucking it up and laughing and running sets, trying to get better. All while half the chat was telling me they would shit on me because you guys are all apparently FGC pros. that won Evo and drive Ferraris.
Did we not learn from the Tekken tournament?
Survey says that was a fucking long.
That's funny because we literally brought that up, and Brooke was like, "Well, what's going on?" I was like, "You don't know. You don't even know what."
The funny thing is, I had to give her a rundown and tell her because she wants to run a tournament. I was like, "Yeah, make sure you gatekeep that. Do not promote it before you get the people you want and that you want."
Hit that Odyssey meme, JG. Get these beggars out of here.
FGC players is fucking broke. So that's Marvel Tokon. For the most part, it's fire. The other fighting game that came out this past week, that was the beta. The full game is Avatar Legends, the fighting game. This is coming from a small indie studio. I forgot who made it, but it came out this week. $30, $50 for the deluxe edition. This one is only launching with 12 characters, but more characters are coming. I think I'm the only one that played this on the pod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so this one's a 2D fighter starring all your favorite characters from the Avatar universe. And first things I want to say positive. When this game was first announced, I thought it looked really meh. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they went back and like redrew the art in it, but it looks really fucking good, bro, especially on PC. You could tell this is all hand drawn and like you could tell the love in the art to the point where I'm like, yeah, AI can't do this shit right here. So like this game looks really good. It runs really well. And surprise, Avatar is the polar opposite of Marvel Tokon to the point where I think it's going to be a problem because I think this game is going to attract a lot of casuals, just like Invincible, because Avatar has crossover appeal. It's a mainstream show. And I think people are going to come over and they're going to have a bad time with this game. So I'm letting everybody know that if you are interested in this might be one of the most hardcore fighters I've played in a while. This game requires very precise inputs. So I think I know from what I've seen on social media, hardcore FGC people are fucking loving this game. The casuals, I will tell you, explore the roster because there are certain characters that are easier than others. Like the recommendations I would give is Korra and Avatar Kyoshi, which is lore accurate because they both known for throwing hands like that. They're easier, but there are other characters. Most of these characters in this game are very technical, where you're going to need precise inputs. That being said, if you master the mechanics, it does feel very rewarding to pull off the stuff and get very disrespectful because you know that you had to earn it. At its foundation, I think this is a really surprisingly good fighting game that honors the traditions of the genre, while adding its own thing like the flow mechanic. On the Xbox controller, you press the A button and you enter your flow state, which does different things. There's this meter at the top. Right now, I've only been playing Sokka. So for me, with Sokka, what he would do is like if you hold flow and you go in neutral, he dodges attacks. And then if you time it correctly, you can punish people. But if you press forward in flow, he runs super fast. You can run back. You can jump off the wall. It's like it's a different like fighting. I'm trying to think of a word. I don't even know how to describe it because it's unique to the fucking game. It's just a button that unlocks special. Oh, it's like Smash Brothers. You know how like with the B button in Smash Bros, like it unlocks like certain abilities basically that are unique to that character, and depending on the direction it does that. It's kind of like that, but way more precise because there are regular inputs inside of the game. So I think here it's a strong foundation where this and it's priced really well. Where this game has fucked up bad, and I really hope the devs get it together. And I have a theory about this game as well too. They fucked up because it's undercooked. For $30, you are getting a fighting game with no ranked mode. It's only casuals, and on top of that, I might have let the no rank because Marvel Tokon's beta had rank. I might have let the no rank slide. The real issue is there's no proper lobbies in this game, so all you can do is play a really simple arcade story mode where like the characters will talk, and then you fight afterwards. You have training, and then you have online where you can fight like random people, but it's just casual matches. They do have a private lobby, but it's only 1v1. You can't have multiple people in the lobby spectating, running different sets and stuff like that. There's also some missing tiles inside of like the training mode and stuff like that. It feels like this game was rushed out a little bit for the simple fact that like Paramount wanted to do like a Avatar media blitz. So for those unaware, this week, the week that the Avatar fighting game launched, they also announced the new Avatar TV show, New Haven, that Ethos was talking about earlier. And then they also dropped officially, because illegally it dropped, they officially dropped the Avatar movie. So I think they were trying to rush out a bunch of Avatar stuff, and they said, you need to get the game out this week. And I think this game is going to suffer because of it. Now, the devs did come out, and they did say that like ranked is like a priority for them, as well as like all the small quality of life features. But right now, like this game is very bare bones. So if you want to pick it up, just understand you're doing it for the love of the game and just learning the mechanics. But there's nothing to really grind in this game. Not like any crazy unlockables, which is a shame. I think it maybe needed like 3 more months in the oven to just kind of flesh out those quality of life features. But what's here? Really good fighter. Dare I say, not even dare, it's definitely more technically sound than fucking Marvel Tokon. There's a bunch of questionable shit in that game. Much more technically sound if you want a more hardcore experience. Just understand this is a $30 game and you're going to get a $30 experience. But they are adding more content over time. You just got to be willing to wait. And I hope that in this era of the Steam DB where people are watching fucking numbers, people don't kill this game, because it is a good game, but I think it got put in a bad position. It didn't get put in a position to succeed. I'm going to keep playing both. I recommend it. If it was like 50 on the base price or higher, I'd be like, it's only 30. I'd recommend it still, both this and Token. You have any plans to pick it up, Jay?
Probably not. I'll get Token, but I'm not really the biggest Avatar fan. Y'all understand? Like every time y'all talk about Avatar, I shut up because I don't watch Avatar.
What's your beef with Avatar?
I don't know. I just never got into it. I think it's one of those things that like I just didn't watch, and I feel like we're just so far. Like I just hear y'all talking about it. It was like, oh, this ain't good. This ain't good. I think I was just late to the party, and then I just decided not to really get into it. So
that's like me with Kingdom Hearts. I get it.
Yeah. Which the real question is, TBH, which one made you rage more this weekend? Was it Avatar or Token?
Avatar. But okay. It's my own fault. Like I'm playing the hardest character in the game. Sokka's the only non-bender in the game. But like I recognize a lot of the frustration is my own fault. Not only is he the only non-bender in the game, he has some of the toughest strings in the game. There are certain characters in this game where, like I said, Korra, just easy mode strings. And then there are other characters where like you really gotta work to pull off the shit. And with Sokka, you got to work to just get on the inside because he has no bending power. So he just throws straight hands. But I like playing him because he's a trickster character. And it does feel satisfying to beat somebody's ass who using magic and you just throwing hands. So like for me, that was the reason, just trying to learn the mechanic. Also, the first week, I ain't gonna hold y'all, this game is already super sweaty. So that was another thing. That first like month of like a fighting game where people feel like they're learning, I feel like that's going on with like Token right now. It's not going on. The people who are playing Avatar Legends, they were in beta 1, 2, and 3, and you can tell because they was doing 20, 30 hit combos offer up. I'm like, God damn, bruh. I can't even fucking breathe. So it's go into that training mode, watch some YouTube videos if you pick up Avatar, because the hardcore FGC are on this game, and you are going to get your feelings hurt if you just hop online and try to button mash and get a couple wins. It ain't going to happen. I promise you.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy clips of that game early on. So I was like, yeah, people are getting body for free. Yeah. I was getting some wins online, but I ain't going to hold you. They were stressful wins. I was shouting. Versus like Token, I would say like I wasn't really stressed playing that game, like because I think there's plenty of defensive options to counter people who play hyper aggressive. I would like a push block, like you said, but like for the most part, I do think it's pretty mechanically balanced between offense and defense. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. True. Oh yeah, just to clarify, Token comes out on the 6th, so August 6th, but literally it's still next week. Still next Thursday. Week. Yeah, so we'll be waiting on that.
I recommend both. Avatar is fire too. I'm gonna be on both of them. Just duking it out. Cool. Let's get into the news section of the podcast. This was a big piece of devastating news for everybody who believes in physical media. According to reports, only 7 PlayStation 5 games topped 100,000 disc sales in the US this year alone, which further reinforces the argument from Sony that the main reason why they're getting rid of Blu-ray and the disc tray is because people are not buying it. Now, this does counter the argument of what came out from the Insomniac leaks, where it was saying that, when physical and digital release at the same time, the physical outsells. But then on the flip side, that data is from 2022. What is being argued here is from this year, if you trust it. So maybe what Sony was telling the truth. How we feeling about this ethos with the 100,000 sales on games?
Who provided this? Like, what's the source of this?
Sarkana.
Yeah, Sarkana.
I already know it's here. Yeah, he's like,
fuck.
So, but this is like just UK, right? Like, this isn't
US and UK. Yeah, not this is not worldwide.
Not worldwide.
Okay. Again, I go back to my original argument, which I still stand on, is that I don't care if it was 15%. I don't like the idea of being, even if there's a lesser amount of people doing physical, I don't like the idea of taking away that option. It's just having less options. When it comes down to that fundamental truth, I don't care unless it becomes like abysmally like impossible to do that. They could change the format if they want to change to something else that was physical that might be more optimal. I'd say do that, but I go back to what I said before, which is I don't care what number you show me into my face. I do not like the idea that you're ripping away, especially with what happened this week with PSN going down, which is perfect timing to once again show why. Once again, going into this full-on digital future where I personally, and I feel like a lot of other consumers feel like Sony is not prepared for that, where at least at the current time, even it's lesser with all the PlayStation games, this doesn't even include, for example, everything under the map. So this doesn't include, let's say, for example, if it's digital and the physical, right? This is just Sony specific, like first-party stuff, right? Like this doesn't include any of the third-party, unless I'm reading this incorrectly, right?
That I couldn't tell you. I don't remember that part. Let me see. Let me go back.
I think it was bold because it said only 7 PlayStation games, so I don't think they're just doing first party. But I may be wrong.
Yeah, they just said in 7 in general.
I'm sorry. I'm just like I didn't have a chance to scan through this yet, but
Ethos is correct. PSN went down, which makes the all digital lifestyle kind of scary. When the network goes down and Lizard Squad attacks and you can't access your shit.
Yeah, you're gonna be mad. And maybe that's what they need to be reminded of. I think like maybe gamers need to be reminded of another Lizard Squad Christmas attack. Not condoning it, but what I am saying is like I think some people need to remind themselves of why there is a flaw to just a digital only future, because we currently just the infrastructure, at least especially on the Sony side, is just not woefully prepared for that. And I think once you, even if it is, let's say 25% people are still doing physical, if you remove that and you put everybody then on digital, then that's just more, that's just more user usage that's happening now. And then when that's more usage, what does that also mean? That means servers, that means database, that means downloads, that means more data centers, and that means more costs because costs are high. So you're going to be increasing the costs. And I would just be very interested in a cost analysis of like, I doubt I'll ever see it, but I'd love to see the cost analysis that Sony's saying, where they're justifying and thinking that, which is what I can't understand, that they're justifying and saying that, hey, even with the physical aspect, it's still cheaper, even right now with the current hell that is right now, data centers and costs for a lot of technology, it's still cheaper than physically manufacturing discs. I would love to know why that is the case, because if I could see that data, then that would help me better understand about why they're doing what they're doing. But again, I just don't, as a consumer, I don't care what data you show me in my face. I do not like the idea that I'm getting less for more. And the big difference with like Steam is that Steam has a lot of ways that it offshoots this idea of digital only, where there are alternative ways that you can gain access to your stuff. And just because Steam goes down doesn't mean that you lose access to all your games all at once. There's ways that you can bypass it and still be able to utilize the stuff that you have. So again, people who try to compare it to Steam, I don't think it's a 1-to-1, especially when you look at like Steam sales. Sony doesn't even have anything like, they have their own sales, but they're not even remotely the same. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, I'm a solutions guy, so I'm like, let's say these numbers are real and the disc sales really are that low for like these games. Why can't we reach a happy medium? Why is it just like all or nothing with them? And like for me, a happy medium would be like, okay, if you see that the disc sales are slowing, but you also see there is a core niche audience that loves to collect physical copies, why not, like, I don't know, the first year of a game, let's say like Wolverine, the first year, it's like, you can get a disc, and then after that, they stop printing them.
Or why not print to demand?
Oh yeah, print to demand, or like do a limited release. Like, okay, you're saying 100,000 discs on sale on average. Maybe print out like 150 just to be like safe.
Maybe that might not be a good idea because scalpers are going to destroy that.
Oof, yeah.
Now that I think about it, they're just
we can't have shit, bro.
Really can't.
Just fucking evil. What you think, Jay?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with Ethos. I don't care what numbers that you're showing me. I still don't think it's a good idea to completely eliminate physical. I find this because, again, everybody was talking about this the day that it happened. They were like, see that why y'all fighting for physical when nobody's buying it? I'm like, well, first of all, it's the U.S. only. Like, I would love to see other countries like Japan, for example, and we'll talk about them in a minute. But Japan absolutely loves physical media. They have tons of stores that has a ton of inventory of physical media. So I for sure know that Japan is not one of those countries that is slowing down on buying physical media. They love physical media. There's a lot of rare physical media over there that if you travel, a lot of people, especially in America, will go to those stores to find some of those rare video games that you cannot find over here. Outside of you obviously going on eBay and getting, charged a fortune for some of these video games. So I know they're probably one of those countries that if you show that data, it will probably look a lot different. The 7 games that allegedly, again, I don't have full confirmation, but allegedly the 7 games that were sold at least 100,000 physical copies in the U.S. Number 1 was Resident Evil Requiem. Number 2, Crimson Desert. Number 3, MLB The Show. 26, 4, 007 First Light. 5, Lego Batman. 6, WWE 2K26. And 7, COD Black Ops 7. So none of those outside of MLB The Show isn't exclusive to the PlayStation.
But they got the best exclusives.
Hey, I don't know, man. But yeah, I find this to be, a little bit misleading, and I'm about to start investigating Circana, man. I think Circana they got some agendas going on. I know that they're just the ones that are doing data, but a lot of them are using some of their data for some nefarious things, because I don't want to be trying to use their data and try to weaponize and try to justify why Sony is getting rid of physical media. I feel like everybody who does not really care about physical media, I've just been getting digital. Okay, well, me too for the most part, but I still care. Like, I don't understand why you can be a person that does, buy the majority of their games digital, but still not want physical media to die. Like, why is that? Why can't there be, two sides of the coin? Like, I still care about those people that still want the physical media and sentimental value for them. And for some people, yes, they still want the idea that they have ownership. They want to be able to give it to somebody if they want to. They want to be able to sell it if they want to. So there's still those options that I don't want to die. So again, I could care less. It could say freaking one person bought each of these games in 2026. It does not matter to me. That one person most likely felt like the game was special to them. They wanted sentimental value. They wanted to put it in the back and showcase it. They want that physical. They want that tangible item, like I said last time. So I could care less, man. You're not going to get me off of this hill. I want physical media to remain there. TBH, I like your idea. Like, maybe they can make it like records. You're a record collector, so how some of those are. Unfortunately, the scalpers are going to do what the scalpers are going to do. You're not going to be able to get past that, but they could make them like records. Yeah, do print to demand. I think that's still a great idea. If you are still gung-ho on this and you're still going to make that final decision, and no matter what anybody can do, it's not going to change your mind, Sony. There still should be other companies, which again, we've seen other companies also come out and say that they're still going to be printing physical media. Forget what Sony talking about. But if Sony is the one that eliminates all their first party games, they still should allow alternative options.
I like Ethos' idea, print to demand. Like, be like, all right, if you want a physical copy, pre-order now from this place, and you'll get your disc the day the game comes out. That way, that could beat the scalpers or whatever.
So here's my question. I saw Gene posted this on Twitter, and I was really thinking about this. I was like, this is a very good point. And Gene's kind of like, Gene's just cracking up with you. Gene actually has me laughing on Twitter because he's just responding. People are just like mad at him because he's like saying like, you guys are just basically like idiots. And then he'll just mock them on
he's
Twitter.
Like me times 10, bro.
Yeah,
he like me
he's just
times
mocking
10.
people on Twitter right now, which I love. But he said something was really good. He's like, there's something very weird about gamers where if you're looking at the industry, if you're talking about entertainment in general, you don't see this with books. You don't see this with people who read books. You don't see this with people who like movies, who care about movies. As a matter of fact, the huge thing from those industries are pushing a lot is what? Physical media. The movies, Christopher Nolan just, I remember when Christopher Nolan did.
Oh, I can tell you, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. He was like, they're always pushing, a lot of them are pushing like Blu-ray. And then obviously there's other deals, especially with like movies where like, obviously they get cuts based off of like the physical media, but all the orators all say this, and the orators even in gaming are see, I've not seen any big developer come out for this news and be like, good. I've seen all of them be like, this is bad, or I'm very worried about this. But it seems like in these media, the consumers of books and that are like, they still love the physicality of it. But for some reason about games, even though it's still kind of similar to like a movie in a way that like, you're interacting with it, obviously with your own inputs, but you are still using your eyes kind of like similar to a movie. But something is distinctly, I don't know if it's just the behavior. Gene's theory is that it's tied to the whole like sportsmanship, like Watts talks about, and like the console warring. It feels like maybe that has kind of been a unique aspect of gaming. I don't know if I've ever heard about that in movies. I know there's people who war about like their favorite director, but I've never heard of it as like, now we're seeing people with agendas talking about, movie tickets and how much box office they're pushing in. But I've never really seen this as a push of like the physical media that where we want to get access to. I've never heard of like movie critics being like, or movie enjoyers being like, I don't care about having the physical disc for my movies. I'd rather just watch it on my streaming services. Where
one of the main ideas why that is, Ethos?
I'd love to know.
Because not every movie is available on streaming services. And on top of that, the movies that are on streaming services, what do you see on services like Netflix? Going away soon. And then you can't watch it anymore. And then you gotta try to scrounge and try to find out which streaming service is on. Is it on Amazon Prime? Is it on Peacock? You have a million different streaming services now. So a lot of moviegoers, like hardcore moviegoers, they're like, no, I want the physical media, because anytime I want to go watch it, I can just pop it into my Blu-ray player or my DVD player, or going back, even VHS. So a lot of people do that. If all of these movies were available on these streaming services, you didn't have to like pay extra for anything, because I've seen some old movies you still have to pay for. They're not on streaming services for free. A lot of those.
What about the gaming argument about like there's games that have been delisted, taken down, that you can't buy anymore?
It's the same thing. It really is the same thing. But again, gamers don't care. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Gamers are degenerates, man. Like a lot of y'all are freaking degenerates. Like y'all do not understand economy. Y'all don't understand economics, man. Y'all have 6th grade reading levels. Like y'all don't care about anything. Like a bunch of glue eaters. Like I just don't understand how like something that is a hobby, that is it's a happy medium for a lot of people that play. Like we have a community of a lot of just really stupid people that are in this community and chooses this as a hobby compared to other mediums. Again, people who read books, man, they're in a whole different sphere. People who watch movies, they're in a whole different sphere. I would even argue the majority of people that even listen to music on a higher level or in a different sphere. But gamers, man, they're on some other stuff.
I'll tell you what, my theory is, I agree with you. I think a lot of gamers are stupid because unfortunately there's some truth to the stereotype. Gaming, and what I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But gaming for a lot of people does promote kind of a solitary lifestyle where people are just in the house playing a game by themselves. Unless you're like a super hardcore community driven type of gamer. For a lot of people, they just playing a game and it could be a multiplayer game too. They sit in a room, they sit in the dark. Versus if you look at other forms of media, when you go watch a movie, like I guarantee you, I went to go see the Odyssey, right? What happened afterwards? You probably in the parking lot with your boys or on the drive home talking about that shit.
We talked about it.
Boom. Any good movie, you talking in the parking lot. Music, people go out, they listen to it, they dance, they vibe to it. There's listening parties where you get to review the music. Community, books for damn sure. Books, people read books. What do they do afterwards? They hop into the book club and they talk
book
about
club,
it.
Yeah.
Yes, yep. But gaming, we don't really. Some people do it, like we're doing it over here.
You know what it's called?
Yeah.
What?
It's Reddit.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
It's Reddit.
But I think our version is just severely lacking in comparison to other forms of media.
That's a digital form. That I think about it, like that's a digital.
Reddit's
form.
not a real place.
It's not. It is not. It's not. It's a terrible place. But I'm saying like that's where they go to like discuss the games. Like because I think there's that cutoff of kind of what you said, TBH, when you were talking about the person that met you one time and they're like, I got something to say. I don't like how you were talking about last us. And you were just like, yeah, okay. Like,
Yeah.
like in real life, it's just like, I mean, it's just a game. I'm not the way that I see people online who have like held animosity towards me because of an opinion I had about a video game, and they like interpret that as meaning that I must be like a terrible person, is just wild to me. Interpreted to like, none of these people have probably met me in real life. You know what's funny? I'll tell you something that's funny. I'll give you a funny little story. So last week when I went to go see the Odyssey, I saw it with Gifted. So Gifted invited me. He was like, yo, because he's in Michigan too. So he was like, yo, you trying to see the Odyssey? I was like, sure. I saw Doom with him too. And I was like, yeah, for sure. He was like, all right, we're gonna go see it. I got some friends or something like that. We gonna go see it. So I pulled up. I've never met any of these people. This is, like 10 niggas deep. Just I never met these other people that Gifted invited. The first time I interacted with them. And we were just talking about it. We chopped up, and exactly what you said, TBH. When we finished the Odyssey, we were just cracking up, talking about the movie and shit like that for like 30 minutes after the movie. We were, sitting outside the movie theater just talking about it. So I thought that was really cool. But one thing that was funny was Gifted, like, when I introduced myself to like people or whatever it is, I don't really just like say, oh, I'm from YouTube. I'm just like, yo, my name is blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you, whatever it is. And Gifted interrupted near the end. He was just like, he told some of them, he was like, oh yeah, by the way, this is Ethos, online from GI. I was like, oh, from GI. Like a couple of them were like, oh, I knew your voice sounded familiar and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm just a normal ass dude. Like, it's just like, oh wow, yeah. I was like, yeah, like a lot of us online, we're just normal ass people. And I think that unfortunately is not because of I feel like it's just with like gaming, but I think it's the same with the movies too. I feel like people go online, they talk. I mean, look at Twitter about the way people were reacting about Odyssey, acting like it was some woke garbage and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna say people who were calling that shit woke are part of the movie community. Them motherfuckers got a different agenda.
They're not. But that's the same thing about gaming. It's the same equivalence. Like that same sector exists where we say the same thing. Y'all don't play video games. Y'all just over here talking blah 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 about that. But I think it's the same way of like, there's people who probably are like big. Let's say big Nolan fans who really like all of Nolan's movies. And there's probably people who don't like Nolan's films and think they're overrated, and they probably get into debates and argue and get mad at each other about that. I'm sure that stuff exists in the movie realm of things. I
would say it exists, but I think it's more extreme in gaming. I think with movies and books,
I'm trying to figure out why is it more extreme? Why do you think it's more extreme?
I think for other forms of media, they're arguing from a place of passion. Even when they like disagree, it's still about the art. I think with gaming, it's like we've been talking about, their egos are tied to it. They're arguing more from their ego.
Do you think they don't perceive it as art? That's why they just perceive it kind of what we said. Like,
I wasn't going there. I wasn't going there. But if that's what you want to do, wait, flesh that out. Wait, what do you mean?
Well, I just mean like I've made this argument. And I think gaming has been trying to make this argument. We've been playing this catch-up game where we have been trying to make this acceptance of, we want Hollywood to accept games as being just as good written, has just the same cinematography skills and writing and all these different aspects and sound design. Like, these are all very similar to movies, as if like and gamers always said, we don't need Hollywood to prove how good gaming is because gaming makes way more X amount more dollars. But I do think, especially with like how the powers that be that control the money purses for gaming, I feel like it's different. Like, I feel like when it comes to movie, Christopher Nolan at this point, just like why am I blanking on his name right now? Homeboy that's doing Black Panther. Why am I blanking on his name?
Ryan Coogler.
Thank you, Ryan Coogler. Like Ryan Coogler when he did Sinners, right? Artistic could go up to the studio and be like, yo, I want to do this, and this, and I want the full rights to this because this is like an artistic thing that I really want to have ownership over. And people who go see movies, they accept that and they're like, yeah, like this is a very artistic representation of these type of themes and this type of symbolism. But I feel like with games, I perceive it as that. I personally perceive it as like when I play some of these games, I'm just like I'm moved by them artistically. But I do wonder if the bigger community does not, like kind of what you said. Like,
I can see that because an example, a modern example would actually be GTA 6. I think one of the biggest themes I've seen with that is the fact that like all the previous GTA games, if you listen to the radio, they would make fun of capitalism and like the fans of GTA because they don't view it as art. They can't see that GTA 6 has actually became what it used to make fun of. Like, they're missing that part of it because, and maybe for a lot of them, it's just riding around shooting people and fucking hookers, bro.
And that's what it's like, the surface level of. So it's like the meme of the Gundam, like where people are like, "Ooh, look, cool mech," and they're missing like the themes of like anti-war and genocide and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's unfortunate if that's really the case. Whatever the case is, it's definitely more extreme on the gaming side, which makes it hard to progress any type of message or agenda that we do try to push. which clearly isn't working because JG had a lot to say about the 4 most pre-ordered games on PlayStation right now.
I tweeted that quote to that. And I was like, oh, I just hope JG sees this. I'll quote tweet stuff. I won't put it in the DMs. I'll just quote tweet something and I'll just be like, just simple sentence. And I'll just like, I know this is gonna hit JG's timeline. He goes,
look, I saw it and somebody tweeted me. It was like, look at this. I'm like, yeah, you already know me. You know me too well.
The 4 most pre-ordered games on PlayStation 5 right now are the most expensive versions of GTA 6, 2K27, FIFA, and Call of Duty. $100, $150, $150, $100.
People are misflating you talking about them pre-ordering those games and that they're pre-ordering, what was it? You said the most expensive
version.
The most expensive
and
version.
2 of these games you've seen no gameplay for, both owned by Take-Two Interactive, GTA and 2K.
I'm disgusted, man. Absolutely disgusted. But it sucks because, like, all right, I express how I feel about things on social media, right? Like, cool, I'm a content creator, and then here comes someone rebuttal. Twitter isn't real life. Twitter isn't real life. It's a casual. It's a casual. I'm like, well, no shit. I understand that. But if there is a chance that I can get any message out to the casual people, the people that don't use Twitter, through word of mouth, for the people that are somewhat intelligent, that are like, hey, man, like, maybe I shouldn't get that version because I've been complaining about this franchise for I don't know how many years now. I see that they're doing this, and that. This game doesn't feel the same. There's so many glitches. I haven't even seen the game yet, but you're trying to get $150 out of me. Maybe I should reconsider and not get at least the very expensive version, the highest tier that you can get. I saw people complaining about EAFC 27. It's $150. It is the Ultimate Plus edition, not the Ultimate edition, the Ultimate Plus edition. And people are going out and pre-ordering that. So again, EA got y'all in the shackles, man. I don't feel like we talk enough about the FIFA community because it's mainly 2K that's getting dunked on. But 2K has been doing the same thing. Y'all got the Ultimate edition. I saw people like, man, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this. You had some actual prominent YouTubers in the 2K community come out and they're like, hey, maybe we should band together because they saw what they did with college football.
The audience was like, man, get that shit out my face, bro.
Yeah, they got inspired, right? Some of them got inspired, but lo and behold, they saw the Ultimate Edition, and guess who was on that cover? Derrick freaking Rose. And they say, "Oh, I'll fold it." I was like, "Bro, is that really all it takes?"
AID really Rose.
I'm like,
AI.
Them covers are clearly AI. Look at the Carolyn Clark. Look at the Carolyn Clark one, bro.
Let me tell you something. I hate that argument. I think it's a terrible argument because I feel like everybody in this room knows somebody who's a friend of yours that is that casual person that is a ball and gun gamer. My brother is a ball and gun gamer, but somehow he bought Baldur's Gate 3 on PC. Explain that to me. So that for me to believe, and my brother is not online into the discourse. He is not. He don't give a fuck about nothing that we're talking about right now. But that he found out about Baldur's Gate 3, that there's a line.
My girl was a ball and gun gamer when I first met her. Now she on the same wave as us.
So run that line, right? There, in my mind, the attitude, it's slavery. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt y'all feelings. I'm gonna say it, and if it flies, let it be. For all y'all that have this defeatist attitude, that accept the way things are the way that they are, I'm convinced that your ancestors loved being slaves. And that has unfortunately rappelled down through decades and generations of trauma, and now it is still stuck inside of your DNA. That is what he said. That is stuck inside your DNA.
This nigga made an Assassin's Creed animus joke. That's crazy.
I will stand on that because in my mind, right? I'll give you a good example. This is not me slandering this person. I want to make this very clear. What's his name? I'm Dante. Had a perfect opportunity to prove the point I'm about to make, which is he had a perfect opportunity because I'd argue I'm Dante's probably viewer audience, a lot of them, not all of them, but I would not be shocked if a lot of them overlap into people who buy that sort of stuff, are ball and gun gamers who probably buy that sort of stuff. Now, Dante's could have had a moment where the whole Sony thing was going on and the GTA thing had happened. He could have had a moment where he could have spread that knowledge to be like, hey, maybe it's not a good idea we did it. But then what happened? He folded on the GTA point, looked really like a bozo with that. And then when the whole Sony issue had come up, he had to eat crow in real time. He had to sit there and eat it because he knew he looked like a hypocrite if he tried to say something about that. And unfortunately, what happens is too many people are eating crow, and they don't, and unfortunately, they don't want to stand on what needs to be done. That's what I feel. And for us to have this idea that, for us to have this idea that, oh, it's just a casual tour, it's not real life. You know, real life people. all of us who are on Twitter know real life people who are buying this stuff. But the thing is, y'all not saying nothing to them. I say something to all my friends. I'll tell you something right now. Any of my friends, I know some of my friends who are stuck, addicted to League. They can't get off of it. I clown them every single time. I force them to get games. I force them to try other games. To my detriment, I get slandered by half the people because I just want them to play different games. Because I say, hey, let's try this game. Let's try this game. Oh, Ethos don't play the game with me no more. Ethos don't play the game. I buy the game that he don't want to play the game with me. And I'll be like, I'm trying to get y'all off of this stuff. I'm trying to get you off the drugs. I'm trying to get you clean to try something a little bit different. Mix it up a little bit. Try something a little bit different. So for me to be able
and
to
also
do
bring
that,
down the price of your favorite games.
Yes. So to reach one, teach one, we act like that works in every other type of scenario, right? When we talk about community, we talk about village building. But when it comes to gaming, which is why I'm starting to agree with what you guys are saying, that gamers are an exception of how stupid they are, that they don't understand this. They think it doesn't apply to them. They think that it doesn't matter. It all works together. But I don't understand why a lot of you guys just don't think it's worthy. It's worth even attempting.
Yeah,
I
totally agree.
I just don't get it.
That's why I hate the phrase. I don't know if y'all have heard it. A lot of people say it online. I'm not my ancestors. Basically insulting. And this specifically, I'm just specifically about for like black people, where they'll insult our ancestors and say, "Oh, during Jim Crow or slavery, I would have fought back." Basically, and the thing is, I agree with that statement. You not your ancestors, but for different reasons. Because when it came time to boycott them buses and shit like that, a lot of y'all wouldn't have did that shit. And the proof is right here. Back. You are not your ancestors because when we said don't buy the $100 game, you went and fucking bought it. So we know for damn sure you're not the ancestors because you wouldn't have sat down during them luncheons. You buying a $150 version of FIFA.
And mind you, we want to equate. We're not saying this is the equivalent of slavery and stuff. What we are trying to say is we're making a point about like when it's time, something that's
you can't do the easy thing.
You can't do
so
the
we
easy
know
thing.
You can't do the hard thing.
We know you can't do it when it really matters. We know you can't do the hard thing. So
they're in shackles, bro. It is slavery, especially with 2K. They're in shackles, bro. Come on, let's keep it real. We say that all the time. They're literally in shackles, man. It is modern slavery. They literally will come to me and be like, I don't give a fuck, JG. Stop getting in people's pockets. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to help y'all. Y'all are the ones who want change. I don't even play 2K anymore. And I made a whole video talking about how y'all are folding. And if you want to see actual change, like how much, like when is enough for y'all? That's all I'm saying.
More about you guys having a good experience than you care about yourself.
It's to the point where I play 2K and I've even eased up on my stance to try to help people. My stance has been, look, because I empathize with the 2K community as a hoop head myself. It's the only basketball game on the market. But here's the thing. If you look up the data, 70% of their profit comes from VC. So it's really not the game sales. Y'all keep making 1 million builds every year buying up VC packs and My Team cards. If you stop buying My Team cards and making 20 builds a year, they will notice. They won't even do that, bruh. Do you need $1,000 of VC every year? It's crazy to me.
Nah, my homeboy literally texted me today. I put out that video on my main channel. I'm guessing he subbed to it, so he may have gotten a notification or something. I put a video on my main channel and talking about VC. He literally texted me. I did not send it to him. I didn't do anything. He literally texted me. He was like, "You right, bro." He was like, "Man, 2K been shitty," and he's a 2K gamer. He a ball and gun gamer, so he mainly plays 2K a lot. So he was like, "Man, I'm even thinking about not purchasing 2K." And I was like, "Damn!" All it took was one video. I did not send it to him. I don't even talk about games with them a lot. If they ask me, I will say something, but mainly we're talking about sports the majority of the time. So even for him to come out and say that, I know that it's really getting to a breaking point where a lot of people
are getting. You can't convince me that the casuals don't feel this frustration.
We're living in an age where you have to ask, why are the influencers in this space not doing their job? Like, it's not your job.
Well, they're doing their job. They're doing their job
for the corporation.
Corporate geese sucker, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're doing their job.
It's crazy, bro. And then Modern Warfare 4, like, let's not forget about them, because again, we were like kind of getting off the gun gamers for a little. Ball gamers for a little bit, but again, y'all reeled back in now that y'all got y'all annual releases back. But Modern Warfare 4, again, the Vault Edition. Then y'all just say this was a reskin. This looks like Modern Warfare. Again, it don't matter. Y'all went and got the highest edition again. I'm disappointed all across the board, man. Ball and gun gamers, I literally laid off of y'all for an entire year because there's been other things to take care of. But now that it's August, September time, y'all about to reel back in with this bull. I'm really trying to not talk about
we just gave him a compliment like 2 episodes ago because of the college football thing, and I now have a theory of why I think college football's community was able to fight back, but the rest of the community can't. And it's because they're not indoctrinated. college football fans have not had a game. It was like 15 years before it had came back, and it's only been back for like 2 years. So they're not indoctrinated versus the rest of them, bro. But the rest of y'all might be indoctrinated, man. Y'all might be.
You are under spell.
You're under spells, guys.
There are powers that you are not aware of that are affecting you right now.
Oh my goodness, man. One analyst also said that when it comes to the physical games on PS5, this is going to doom brick and mortar stores. Basically saying a lot. Michael Pachter said this. He's an analyst, pretty popular. He's been around since the early 2000s.
He said some stupid stuff.
Yeah, he said some stupid shit, but I'm not gonna lie. I tend to agree with this one. He's saying that like mom and pop shops as well as GameStop will be affected if they get rid of disc, because there's now no reason to even go into these places, because nobody wants to go to GameStop to just buy digital codes when you could just buy it online, unless you're maybe like a teenager who doesn't have a credit card. I tend to agree with this, but do y'all think that this could affect people losing jobs?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all connected. So yeah, GameStop employees are going to probably get laid off. Best Buy. Worst part is mom and pop. I think of the same thing of when Amazon started coming through. Like, think how many mom and pop shops got destroyed. How many like smaller businesses we watch in our neighborhoods get destroyed and taken out by like bigger corporations.
But again, you have the people who don't care about physical disc, right? Well, do you care about your fellow man? You don't care about them either, man. Like we're already struggling with jobs as a whole. Like people can't get jobs as it is. So you want people to lose more jobs, man. Like again, how selfish of you just to play a video game.
I was driving on the way home from thrifting, and I was talking to my girl, and I was saying the thing that, because we were actually talking about the stuff that we're talking about right now. I said, I think that the thing that really bothers me, I was just like, right now I'm in a place where like I'm not rich, but like I'm financially stable, and like it bothers me that like I have the ability to think far ahead in the sense that like, one day I want to have kids, right? And when I have kids, I know for a fact I will not be able to buy every game, because then my kids become the priority. So for me, the way I'm looking at it as, I don't want games to become $100, $200, because then I'm already going to be able to afford less. But then now with the kids, I'm like, how are people not able to think? And then other things, you could have like medical bills coming up. Somebody in your family gets hurt and you got to help them out. I just don't understand, like, why can't people think that far ahead? And it's just like right now in the moment, other than that damn iPad. People grew up with that iPad and they've just been served content for themselves nonstop since their childhood, and so they only think me. But I'm just like, there's a bigger picture to this, and it's gonna fuck us all over, I think, in the long run.
Boy, to all the parents out there, y'all don't want to know how much an ER visit costs. Just think if you don't even have insurance, it's like $1,000 a pop. You don't want to see those bills come in the mail. I've had to make several ER visits for my children. You don't want this life. Think about buying a video game then when you gotta take your child to the ER because it's 12 at night and your pediatrician is not available. It's not the daytime.
Somebody leaving a comment right now. Well, JG, I ain't having sex anyway. I don't give a fuck.
I ain't having no kids, dude. No with it. I'm like, come on, man. Just.
Worst part though is
I mean, what's crazy? That's the same reason about why we couldn't get universal health care for like a child care. It's that same argument. Why am I paying for somebody else's kids? It's the same thing, man.
We're all supposed to help each other. I thought it took a village to raise the kids, but apparently not anymore.
Not in America, man. Nope.
The worst part about this Sony stuff is Alana Pierce came out in a recent YouTube video to reveal she wrote the story for the upcoming God of War Luffy. Basically saying that Sony, I don't know how to pronounce it. Luffy. How you pronounce that shit, bro? I call it Luffy. Dum diddy gum gum. Yeah, she came out and said recently in a YouTube video, being, working behind the scenes, that Sony is infamous for basically silencing people. She said that they knew people were going to get mad about the disc pushback, and she basically said that they made it so nobody can say nothing. And also, she went as far as to say is they also control the messaging on how your game is being displayed, which is crazy because she wrote the game, but Sony's the one telling them, no, you need to talk about it like in this manner. This is all hearsay. This is just her word. Do you believe it, Ethos?
Yeah. Why not?
Fuck it. We ball.
Why not believe it? So like what's the that they pre-hatched their scheme that they were just like, we're just going to make sure we're going to build
the wall. If you notice when they announced that there were going to be no discs, anybody affiliated with a PlayStation, it wasn't just PlayStation not tweeting. If you think, because when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's right. Nobody was really tweeting at all. it was just like I think they sent out an email. Anybody affiliated with Sony, they said, shut the fuck up, bro, for the next month. Don't say nothing about these discs. We got this.
Yeah, it sounds true. Could you even really see anybody come out like who's affiliated with Sony or PlayStation say anything? And it's literally just been the Sony Twitter that everybody's been paying attention to, and then they just start ragging on them because they were like, "Oh, y'all been silent for 5 days. Come outside." And then when they finally did, it was like, "Oh, y'all didn't address anything after what y'all said. And y'all just trying to tweet like nothing happened." And then everybody just keeps saying, "Hey, no this, no buy, no this, no buy," and they just keep tweeting. Yeah, every tweet has been like that, and I do appreciate everybody being on their head, but again, Sony they're not saying anything. They have not made any other statements outside of that real banger, and it's been pretty much radio silent after that. So yeah, I think that this is true. Definitely, I think they told everybody, yeah, y'all better not say anything on your social media. Y'all better keep it pushing. Stay silent if you need to, but don't say anything Sony related.
Things are boiling up so much in the Sony side of the camp of the gaming space that one account on Twitter known as Does It Play posted an image calling for the PlayStation Nation to boycott. Specifically in this note at the bottom is the most important part. It says, with that, they're basically summarizing what's been happening and how they're fucking the consumer over. Then they said, with that, we're calling on PlayStation players to participate in an economic and gameplay blackout from Sunday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. local time through Sunday, August 30th at 7 p.m. local time. Players can participate by turning off their consoles or logging out for 7 days. We feel this period gives publishers and developers minimal impact while still giving players a voice. Hashtag PS Blackout. Jay, do you think we can link arms together, sing Kumbaya, and say fuck Sony? Do you think they're going to be able to pull this off?
As much as the vocal minority is trying to get this happening, and it does seem like the majority of people, at least on our timelines for the past few weeks, have been pretty much about that. No, it's not going to happen again. We've already showed and talked about several examples of them folding immediately. We did see people canceling their PS Plus, but then Sony comes out and was like, "Hey, the majority of people who have PS Plus have the premium versions." We saw the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 debacle. Literally crashed the Sony stores, buying that old port. And then we literally just talked about the 4 highest pre-owned games, and no, they're not going to. They're not going to in any stretch of the imagination. I wish that one day one of these boycotts will actually do something. But I definitely don't think this one is. I think this is probably going to be one of the weakest boycotts to ever happen. But I love the concept. I love that someone is actually trying, because trying is at least better than just doing nothing and saying nothing. But unfortunately, I don't think this is going to happen. I think people are just going to be like, just what we said. I don't give a fuck. This doesn't affect me. They're gonna breach the line just to play whatever their favorite live service slot game is, or their favorite annual slot game is. They don't care.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do anything. Just for the simple fact that, I don't think I think people who are online more chronically understand the dire of the situation, but people who casually play, who aren't online like that, they just play the game. I don't think they're in the know, and I think it comes from a place of ignorance, not even necessarily malice. Because I've seen a lot of videos on IG Reels and TikTok where dudes will be like, "Oh, why people hating? I bought the $100 edition of GTA 6. Get off my dick. I've been waiting 30." It comes from a place of they I don't know if they're misinformed or they don't want to be informed, but I think that there's a lot of people out there that just think we don't like them because they play certain types of games. They don't understand the bigger picture, and it's I try to wrap my brain around how do we get that messaging across in a uniform. And the only thing I can think of is we need to unify all the white heterosexual male influencers with 1 million plus subscribers. Cause no, for real. That's what's going on in the 2K community. And that's what happened with the college football. Those things that they were saying, we say on this podcast all the time. We say on our individual streams all the time. And then motherfuckers come in our chat. "Yo, did you see what Joe Nose said about 2K? He said we need to boycott TV." Nigga. But you know what? That shit, when I was in my 20s, that shit did used to frustrate me, but I'm a little bit more mature now. I'm of the ideology. I don't don't care because I don't want to see this art form and this medium die to the corporations and us getting priced out of our favorite hobby. So if it's going to take some white men to come out here and say, "Hey guys, we should boycott to get y'all
we need
to
some
listen,"
allies.
yeah, we need to, come on, white boys, let's do it, man. Like, so I'm with it, man. All the big dudes. Hey, Tim the Tap Man, get on out there, say Sony boycott. I bet you people will listen.
Tim ain't gonna do it. He got scared to play marathon. He ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, he pussy.
He pussy.
Guys, I like high guard.
That's what we need. We need.
I like high guard, but you guys are saying mean things to me.
Yeah. we need White Boy 7th Street. We need him to say something. That's what we need. We need some of them. Wings, where you at, bro?
Fighting them trolls.
Did he ever come back? I don't think he. I haven't seen anything. I don't think he came back.
I only check in with him like once every 6 months. I don't know. All that negative news though. One piece of positive Sony news is another Sony patent has leaked into the wild, basically stating that Sony is working on a new mechanism that'll fix the stick drift in their controllers using some type of magnetism inside of the device. So people are speculating that this will be in the PlayStation 6. And in this article, they're trying to make it seem like this patent just invents this technology. But in my head, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I'm like, are you not talking about Hall effects thumbsticks? Those already exist since the PS4. I got one in my Xbox controller like right now that I use on PC. But it looks like it's going to be in the PS6. This is exciting, except for the fact that I think that they're also going to use this as an excuse to upcharge people. Aren't controllers like $70-$80 right now? They're probably going to jack it up to $100. We fixed the shit. So
they are $89.90.
Holy.
I know because I recently was in a Best Buy. They are almost $90 a pop.
Might be $120, bruh. So, any thoughts on this? Them fixing the stick drift finally?
How about they fix that battery? How about they make the battery last longer? My PS5 battery can't even last more than.
You want a hot take? People make fun of like the Xbox having external batteries, but like I don't mind it because then I can just go pull some batteries off my fucking charger and put some new ones in. But that internal PS5 controller, with the battery with the internal battery, I mean the controller with the internal battery, when it dies, your controller dies.
That's DIY rights. That's doing
it
is pretty weak.
I never understood the Xbox jokes. I'm like, you guys know you have less control, but what do you say? Yeah. You are under spell.
Your ability to be able to fix your stuff or be able to replace the part.
All the niggas poor because they have more options is crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
I'm batteries.
Yeah, I mean the stick drift thing, I feel like it should have been fixed a long time ago. But hey, I mean they're finally trying to do it, and it's good, I guess.
Yeah. Y'all think it's good that Nintendo said they don't give a fuck what y'all think about some tariffs refunds?
Bro, deal with it.
For those unaware, your president, not mine, he back in like the earlier in the year, he basically said tariff the world, 10% for everybody, because he was mad. I don't know about what. Every day this nigga's mad at 3 a.m. And the Supreme Court shot it down and they said it's illegal for the executive branch to say universal tariffs because you just want to control and cry about everything. So now the tariffs are off for certain things. And the government had to pay back certain corporations, and one of them was Nintendo. And people were thinking that those savings that they got from the government was going to be passed on to the consumer, but Nintendo said, fuck you, we keeping this money. Some people don't like that. Some class action lawsuits are being considered. Jay, do you think people have the right to the money that the government paid to Nintendo over the tariffs?
Realistically we should, but there's nothing realistic about what's going on in this economy. So I think that Nintendo, I mean it's class action suit. If they decide to do that, it may have a little bit of merit, but I mean honestly, I think Nintendo kind of right, because they weren't the ones that started it. They were not the ones that started this whole tariff mess. So I mean, technically, I mean, if they had to get the money back because some things ended up getting reversed, I mean, I don't think that legally they should give it back to the people. But I mean, it would be nice. It would be a nice gesture. But this is Nintendo we're talking about. Nintendo said, ha, we ain't giving back nothing. Like, it's not happening, people. So we'll see what happens if the class action lawsuit ends up happening. But I mean, I think technically they're right because they didn't start it. So
yeah, Nintendo's defense, before you go, Ethos, Nintendo's defense is they said, motherfucker, you saw that price tag. Like you chose to buy it anyway. So we not going to give you no money. This is our money because they do have to take a hit to be fair. They're the ones that are mainly paying the tariff. But what do you think, Ethos?
Take a hit. You increase the price. What do you mean? Taking a hit is I took the hit and I was also keeping the price the same. So that's me taking a hit. When I make a console that cost me more than it cost to sell it, that's me taking a hit. Me increasing the pricing to match what what was originally what the problem was due to a dumbass president making a dumbass decision, and then you raising the price on everybody to compensate for that, and then you make the consumers pay that price. You're double dipping. You made the money back. And then not only is now the tariffs now gone, so things are going back to normal. Let me ask you a question, TBS. You think the prices are going to go back down?
Nah, not a
There's a report
that said, hey, there's a report that came out this week that said the prices might not go down for another 10 years.
So, what the fuck are we talking about? 10 years? What the fuck are we talking about here? What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, well, you guys paid the price. Are you going to lower the prices then? Are you going to go back to how they were before the tariffs happened? Before you got hit with that? If you said yes, then I'd be like, all right, then you keep the money. If you're going to say no, I'm just going to keep the prices up they are. No, you're full of shit. Nah, I say sue them. Fuck Nintendo.
Realistically, how much money do you think they would get back?
$5. The lawyers make millions. We'll get.
I'm gonna say, are they gonna get more than like?
Yeah, pretty much. Class action lawsuit don't give out a damn thing.
To pay Paul's scheme where lawyers get a bunch of money, and then the actual people who've been harmed walk away with like $50 max.
Yeah, you're not getting your money back. That's for sure. If this goes through,
get the full amount. No.
Yeah, well, Sony's not the only one that's in hot water. It's also Valve, man. These RAM shortages is causing a price spike in everything, and that's causing a slump in sales. Steam Deck sales have plummeted 80% since the price hike happened. Are we surprised by this?
No. RP bozo. That's what you get. like
80% is a crazy number though. Like 20, 25.
Fire and it burnt my hand. Wow, I'm shocked.
Right.
What are you talking about?
How do you survive long term is the question. If like sales are plummeting this low, and like is it gonna stay like this? Like with people tightening their belts like that? Like,
and they should have just canceled the launch, called it a day, kept the stock that they already pre-built, threw it away into a warehouse somewhere, just like they did them ET Atari cartridges, and just waited and let things blow over and then bring them out later.
Unfortunate.
Take the loss on it. They should just took the loss on it.
It makes me not want one even more because I'm not paying that hiked up price. I was like, I guess I'll just wait for the Steam Deck 2, and then I'll pretend like I'm gonna get that one too, and I won't. Microsoft is bringing back the original Xbox games to PC backwards compatibility. It started with Blinks the Cat, Fusion Frenzy, Crimson Sky, and Conquer Reloaded. This is their part of their plan to continue to preserve games. Originally, this was just a thing on Xbox, but now these games are going to be running natively on PC. I'm going to assume we all think this is good. Is there any games we want to see specifically on PC be brought back natively?
How about you bring back some jobs? How about that?
Yeah,
they're going to have to sell some games first.
This is true.
It's a cycle.
So true. Fusion Frenzy was my jam, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. I did like Fusion Frenzy, so I'm glad that they put that in the first list.
Do you really feel like you like that game, or is it because it was a launch title for Xbox and like you have fond memories? Like,
it may be some nostalgia hitting me. You know, that's a buzzword.
Blinks the Cat was lit. Blinks the Cat was lit.
Blinks was alright. Yeah. Conquers was cool.
It was alright.
I don't remember too many Xbox titles though, to be honest. Like, because I didn't own an Xbox, so it was a lot of these titles I most likely missed outside of obviously Halo.
We don't have Gears 2 or 3 on PC.
Project Gotham Racing? Oh, nobody.
I didn't play it.
I was so mad. I played that game over a friend's house. A friend had it. I said, "Ooh, let me play this." I ain't see Batman. I was so fucking mad when I was a kid.
Oh, because you saw Project Gotham.
I did think Batman was in it too. It was still a good racing game though.
There was no
I
Batman.
think I actually did play that.
So
yeah, I played it. It was cool.
I played over a friend's house. I was so mad.
I think that was the first Xbox game I played where it allowed you to play your own music in the background, and that shit blew my mind. Like you could load your CDs in there.
You could load your CD. Yeah.
A lot of that was an Xbox feature. That was universally. That was super cool.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Freaking
I think it's a good gesture. It's a good gesture, but they still I ain't letting off of y'all Xbox.
Yeah,
still laid off 3,200 people last month. We ain't forget.
We ain't forget.
Rockstar next. Where there's smoke, there's fire. This is the third article we've covered about these damn strikes.
Banger transition.
Rockstar Games workers union has outlined its demands after meeting with Rockstar. They're sitting at the table. They're asking for no crunch, pay transparency, flexible working, no use of AI, and a commitment to no layoffs. If you missed the last time we covered this on the podcast, they also threatened to go on strike the week before the game came out. I talked about this on stream, and some people were like, I don't care. I'm like, yeah, I think the single player will be fine because at this point, they're just optimizing the game. But you should care if Rockstar goes on strike because we now, as much as it pains me to say this, we all can probably agree the biggest component of Grand Theft Auto is its online component. It's where y'all get to virtually gangbang, and it's where Rockstar makes a shit ton of money. If the developers go on strike, it is going to affect the online development and the smoothness and how it runs, being able to upkeep them. Who's gonna be watching the servers if nobody's working there?
Like,
the game's just gonna work, huh, chat? Like,
you know what I mean? When the dude's sitting back with all the wires, he's like, "Damn, I don't know what the hell I'm doing."
This is
like,
fucking funny.
to look at patches, hot fixes, like who's going to handle all of that? Like, again, this is another situation where you don't care about the ramifications. You don't care about your fellow man. These are the people that are making the game that you all think is the greatest game of this generation. This is going to change lives here, but you don't care about the people who are making your game and are going to, whenever it releases, maintain the upkeep of your game, potentially going on strike. I saw somebody literally say when I went over some of the things that they wanted, and I was like, I think that these are pretty fair ask, right? And somebody was like, working from home is not a fair ask. And I said, what? And he was like, man, it's such a struggle, man, with people working from home. I think people need to be back in the office. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a person who wants to micromanage their people. I said, look, coming from an actual IT manager, I was like, I've never had a problem with anybody who was under me working from home. Literally not one problem. In fact, I still maintain that people who work from home are more efficient than people that come into the office. If you just think about what it takes to come into the office, then you would strongly reconsider. People who work from home can multitask and they can still get shit done in 4 hours that it would take in order to commute.
8 hours.
8 hours. Yeah, I don't care, man. You can try to show me all that data, but it's just a bunch of corporations that are tired of paying that rent or paying whatever that they need in order to upkeep the office, and they wanted to bring people back in the office. My former job actually did that as well. They brought people back into the office 5 days a week. So I said, damn, no matter what, I would have been back in office. I'm like, that's crazy, right? Like I was working from home, and then I still would have been back in office, man. Like, it's absolutely insane. I was like, for that to not be a fair ask in your mind is absolutely ridiculous. What issue do you have with people working from home if they are still efficient and can work from anywhere? Like, people do not understand that we are in a different age now. I'm like, again, this is another example of you not caring about your fellow man. And then somebody else asked me, well, do you think that the release will be delayed? I was like, well, most likely no. But again, everything that we just said, that we just outlined, is definitely going to be affected if there's literally nobody watching the game, single player or not. So y'all really need to start thinking about your fellow person. Like, just try to put yourself in their shoes and think about what it takes to actually create this game in 13 freaking years, and then come back to me and have that same I don't give a fuck mindset. I doubt that you
keeping GTA 5, by the way.
Also, yeah, because they're not going to fully abandon that until at least the GTA 6 online is up and running. So that's going to take a minute.
Yeah, I replied to this story on Twitter, and somebody replied to me, and I got a few likes, and it just made me roll my head because it kind of speaks to what Ethos is saying, but gamers might just be fucking stupid. This dude was saying that yeah, he was like, man, I looked it up. The average Rockstar employee makes between $68,000 and about $120,000. That's enough money. They need to get back to fucking work. Yeah, I rolled my eyes because like I almost responded to it because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, so you don't understand the cost of living is different. Not everybody lives in fucking cousin fuck Alabama and cousin fuck Mississippi. Okay, $100,000 in LA is $40,000 in fucking Mississippi or whatever. So like because of the cost of living, and I looked it up. The headquarters in for Rockstar is in New York, so they have employees in New York, which is one of the most expensive cities, and then one of their main studios is in Edinburgh, UK, which is right outside London, and at least according to Google, it said it is one of the most expensive cities to live in the UK. So I'm like, that's probably why they're asking for money, because they're working on this game that generates billions upon billions of dollars. And it's like, yo, can you just pay them a comfortable wage? Because these people don't get to see their families. They too busy making new heists for y'all. while making new heists for y'all.
I totally don't understand. I really think that the average gamer is just like, they literally would, if they could, they would probably make anybody who's making their favorite game a freaking slave. Like going back to what Ethos was saying, they literally would crack the whip and be like, you're going to stay in this office forever. You're never going to see your family. You're not getting paid as much as I think that you should be paid, actual fair compensation. And you're going to make my favorite game. Then I'm going to say, fuck you while playing it all day, every day.
Why do you think a lot of gamers are like, I don't care about any AI. You could do all the AI you want, bro, in the game, because it's the same thing. They just want the result. They don't care about the process. I think of it like they're piggies. They're in the little area that's all cornered off, and they get their little slop and they eat their slop. And they're like, oh, I just keep eating and I just keep consuming, and they don't think about who's the person handing the slop. They don't care about that person. As long as my slop's here, that's all I care. As long as it gets delivered in the trough and I get to eat it every day and I get big and fat and tired and slow, that's all I care about. That's really what comes out.
It's the Odyssey. It's that scene in the Odyssey.
Yeah, I know. That's traumatizing, bro.
Bro, that was crazy, man. Like, we're gonna say something like 10 minutes until you see it. 10 minutes until you see it.
Yeah, right. It wasn't using CGI. It's just crazy.
And it's not just Rockstar. Bethesda's union is talking about striking as well, for the simple fact that when Microsoft was laying off all those Bethesda people, they told them that they were going to get the smallest severance package legally possible. And the union was like, whoa, you didn't come talk to us. You just laid off people without even cutting like a proper deal. They said, we're not going down without a fight. So they sitting down at the table with Microsoft and letting them know, like, hey, if there are going to be layoffs, we need to be prioritized for other positions within the company. You need to be given the maximum severance package. And also you need to be letting us know, basically the same thing as Rockstar. Can we just be treated like fucking human beings? Like, what's going on here?
Too much to ask, man.
This whole trend of like getting fired or getting notified that you're getting let go through social media is crazy. Like what type of world do we live in where you're finding out through social media and not through actual email or like face to face? I'm going to tell you that, hey, you're getting laid off. Phone call, something, not social media. That's just crazy. And that's literally become the norm now.
Most of y'all would fall to y'all knees like Lil Durk if you found out you got fired from Twitter. You on the way to work and then you look at your Twitter and be like, don't come in. You'd fall to your fucking knees, bruh, crying. But when it comes to these people who make your games that you love, who give you hundreds of hours, and like, get back in the fucking studio and program some zeros and ones, bitch.
Nah, you're woke anyways. That's their argument. You were just one of those modern terrible developers. You didn't know you deserve to get fired. That's bad.
You're bad. No, you ain't lying.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter where people are just like, when they're like, I remember the Bethesda thing. They had there was a TV, a local TV thing where they showed the people they were out there and they're picketing in front of Bethesda, and the comments were disgusting. They were just like, look like a bunch of woke, look, blue hair Twitter people. I don't care. They need to be fired. They weren't real developers anyways. They weren't doing nothing anyways. It's wild, man. It's
not right, bro.
Bethesda can't make a good game anyways. That's
it, man.
They're definitely gonna make a good game by firing.
Big World War Bethesda like define good game.
Define a good game. It's World War Bethesda till I die. That's perfect segue too. You know who else is launching war? Japan. They heard about Siggy scalping all these Pokemon cards. And they tired of y'all fighting in lines. They tired of y'all hiking up prices. They tired of you buying up supplies so the kids can't enjoy the product. Japan is launching its own task force to crack down on scalpers and fake cards in the Pokemon community. They're gonna have whole SWAT teams standing outside Target. This is only in Japan. It's not in America. I'm just fucking around. But they basically trying to regulate shit. They trying to regulate shit because they see things are getting out of control, and who knows, potentially could become stateside. Do we think this is the right move, or do we think it should just let the market fight over these Pokemon cards?
Nah, I think it needs to happen. I think it's going way too far.
We need some regulation, man.
Yeah, did you see? Because Logan Paul needs to be stopped. He doing too much.
What do you do?
He recently put out a video where he's going to put out a video, but it was a preview. He's searching for the rarest Pokemon card ever. And this man, he said he spent millions of dollars to try to find this card. And then he got some cards graded, and they were like a 5 and a 2. So he was like devastated. And I'm like, bro, you don't even care about any of these cards. Not one. Like people got mad at him when he did the One Piece stuff. He's literally like he's the quintessential person that like you are freaking great. You're a LARPer, bro. You're a LARPer.
He might be a moron because you should be able to look at a card and tell if it's at least an 8 or higher. Just from like the quality of it. Same thing with like comic books. Like you check like the edges. What do you mean you sent it in to be graded and you're surprised it came out as a 2?
Card. It's probably like an ancient card. Probably
a 2? You bought that shit up and put it in your asshole. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Probably a card
from
2? Like the 90s or something.
That shit got a whole crease in the middle, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
It was one of the like first Pokemon cards that ever came out. They were like attached to a booklet or a newspaper. Yeah. And apparently they're worth more together, but he took them apart and got them graded.
Oh my lord. He's a LARPer.
So yeah, man. But no, I think this definitely needs to happen. Like I've seen a lot of places here, like Target, for example. Some Targets they literally opened up, like put a slit in the bundles so that the scalpers get the tier from getting it, because they like to keep things sealed. So if you do that, then pretty much yeah. So they're like, nah, we're trying to tier the scalpers from coming around here.
Who told you could do that? I mean, this is like the corporate. Well, I called corporate. Corporate didn't tell me nothing about that. I'm just telling you what we told.
Right? Like who
boss?
Who you talking to?
Like,
yeah, man.
The audacity. It's just the audacity they think, the authority they think they wield. It's just wild.
Yeah, I never thought that like Pokemon cards, for example, would like get this bad. Like we've seen plenty of fights. We've seen again our local
it's literally drug dealing. The way they move is as if they're drug dealers. Like they're moving as if they're in snowfall. Like
I watched the report this morning that like there was a drop like this past. Siggy was in the group chat talking about it last week. There was a drop at Sam's Club for some rare Pokemon cards, and apparently it was 2 packs per person. And there was a scalper, I guess, at the front of the line. What they did is they signed up for a Sam's Club membership. They bought 6 while they were waiting in line with different credit cards because it was tied to the membership. And then they went up to the front and they got 2 packs per. So they left with 12 basically. Because they had 6 joints. And to me, I'm not gonna lie. If you knew it was supposed to be for 2 per person, the Sam's Club employee needs to be fired. You're fucking stupid. Yeah, like it doesn't matter. He has 6 memberships. They allowed that shit. I'm like, damn, is that bad?
So like you spent the money to get all of those
memberships.
Yeah. Bro, that's
Pokemon cards is worth that much, bro?
Absolutely, absolutely insane. So you spent like what? I don't even know how much a Sam's Club. He probably had a deal or something, but I would say like minimum like between like if it was a deal like 20 to 50 per membership, and then you bought those packs too. Like I said, man, it's getting out of hand, man. Like I don't understand like why it's so crazy, and I can guarantee the majority of people don't care about Pokemon at all. They just hopped into it just because they know that it's a popular thing right now. So I saw another thing that they were doing outside of this. They're trying to they're thinking about flooding the market and printing more cards and bundles. So
reprint them to hell, like ruin everybody's value. If it's true, like I think Nintendo would do it. I think Nintendo has always perceived it as a
game.
As a game for children. They don't ever, and I don't think they're different. Like they're not like a U.S. corporation who would perceive this as, like the how Trump perceives the housing market right now. We're just like, no one can afford anything. Yeah, but the value. What about the people who have the houses? What about their value? What if we make more houses, then it would cause the value of the houses to go down. Like that. Like if that's the mentality that I think people want Pokemon cards to feel like. Like if you reprint the rarest cards, the ones that are highest value, then we'll lose our value of our collections, and that's not a good thing. But I don't think Nintendo gives a fuck. I was like, bro, this will be for a card game. I think of I don't know if it's the same thing, but Konami, infamously, a lot of people, the reason why Yu-Gi-Oh can't get scalped is because they are very good. They reprint shit to the ground, like multiple reprints very fast. But another thing is
the game also sucks too, so it's not worth collecting.
Yeah, the game's terrible. I think I
downloaded that game. I said, "Whoa, this ain't the Yu-Gi-Oh I grew up with. What the fuck is this shit?"
I will give it credit. It is probably the most complex.
It's very complex.
I've ever
it's
played.
too
It's
complex, bro.
Complicated. Yeah, and to its detriment, I think that's why I don't think it'll ever be able to grow. But the thing though about that is that rest his soul, Takahashi, who created Yu-Gi-Oh, he had a rule with Konami because Konami loves money. They would love to be Pokemon, but there is a legal obligation that for tournaments they can only give away prizes up to $50. They cannot give any more than that to any of the winners.
What's the reason for that?
Because Takahashi believed that this was always supposed to be for children. It was a children's card game, and his requirement to allow Konami to have the right.
He wants to keep it lighthearted and fun with the low prize.
Yes, lighthearted and fun, and because that's why they barrier the prizes. Like that's why they're giving away air fryers and stuff like that. And people are like, the prize pool is terrible. When other places will give you $1,000, what the hell? It was the wishes of the creator. They never wanted.
We give you a little something, but never forget you doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah, this is for the love of the game, and who knows? Maybe that would have been better for Pokemon if they had limited that. Like sort of like, way of value of like finding ways to.
I wouldn't even know where to jump in. That shit is so intimidating. Like there's whole pages that like pop up on my For You page just dedicated to Pokemon restock fights and shit like that. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with that. That's why you're gonna become the world's #1 Power World Ripper, bro. That's what we gonna do.
The only thing I think would be fun is I could see how like I did for like a stint during the last year. I watched a couple of like Pokemon vendors when they would go to the card shows, whenever it is, and it was very wholesome content. I will give them, to their credit, I will say I got really into content creators who have they're vendors. So they actually live stream themselves vending cards and people come up. And I will say it is some of the most wholesome. It gave me faith in humanity. I couldn't believe it because it is some of the most wholesome people where like they'll see a kid who walks up there and there'll be people watching like while it's live and they'll be like, oh, I want to get this card. It's just a kid just trying to enjoy the hobby. And people will donate on stream and be like, hey, I just want you to know the chat donated like $50 so you can actually get that card you wanted. And like it's just to see the joy on their faces.
He's basically just giving them away because the chat is hooking them up with the donations.
The chat's paying for the difference of it. So he's like, he's like, how much do you think this card's worth? And the kid would be like, I give you $2 for it. This is like a $100 card. And without getting any money from the streamer like that, like this one person, I won't say who they are, but this person just gave the card to the kid who offered it for $2 and gave it to him and didn't ask for any money for that, didn't ask his chat to reimburse him. And then people in the chat were just like, they would just be like, you know what? You're so kind for doing that for this kid. We're going to help, compensate for your loss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like W stream.
I've seen some of those too. I've seen,
it's really good. It gives you faith. In the dark time, it's actually very wholesome stuff.
Yeah. I like those videos.
Yeah. But there's also the dark side of it. There's good sides of that too. But then you'll see somebody come up and be like, oh, what about, they'll come up and be like, hey, I'm trying to make a deal with this. How much we do that? And they'll tell them how like another vendor at the same show ripped them off basically. And they would actually hunt them down and be like, you really bought this kid's card for $60 when it's worth $180 on market. Like, are you serious? Like they'll call people out and shit like that. Yeah. So it can, you get some bad apples, but there's some really good people in that community.
Not that damn serious.
But yeah, no. I'd want to do it maybe one day. Unfortunately, my favorite Pokemon's Umbreon, so I'm fucked. There's no way I could ever get into that.
It's a rare card?
It's one of the most expensive. Like, anytime they make a version of Umbreon, it's one of the most expensive cards of the set. So I'll never be able to collect that.
I'm on the Power World ripping, bro.
Look, I got Riftbound already. I got Riftbound cards coming in. I got to rip that. I got Magic. I'm good. I'm real good. I don't need nothing else.
Fair.
I might try Power. I might rip it if I see a rip. I want to try the Cyberpunk. That's what I want to try. I do want to try the Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I told you that my card store was telling me that. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have them in. That's what I tell you. I was like, is this hot? What's the temperature on this?
I'm gonna see if there's like a demo day for it.
Because the show is hot right now. Is it tied to the Edge Runner show?
It's all of it. So like it has connections to the game. There's characters from the games like Pan Am and all of them are in it. And then also the Edge Runner characters are in it too. That's why I want to get it because I know those like Edge Runner ones will probably be valuable.
I got a holographic Johnny Silverhand. Holy smokes.
Yeah, holographic Lucy, my waifu and stuff like that. So I definitely, if I do play it, I'd want to make a Pan Am deck or something like
Golden
that.
Pan Am. All right.
Yeah. Golden. I will say I am interested in trying Star Wars Unlimited. I know that place actually has value. Like obviously you get like a really special like Vader card or something like that. So there's value in it, investment value in it. But I was watching gameplay of it and I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty damn cool. I was shocked they never gave this a try. So yeah, maybe we'll crack a Power World too. Why not? We'll maybe get a box. How much was the boxes?
I don't know. I'm gonna see when I go in the store.
Yeah, if you let me know what the box is, by the way. Oh, definitely
another place, man.
By the way,
you said what?
Did you ship that thing, by the way? Remember the cards? Did you ship that?
I'll ask her.
Okay. Just let me know. Just ask her to tell me when, just so I can, make sure.
I'll ask if there's like a tracking number or some shit like that.
Yeah, if I'm consciously aware when to expect it, because I don't want nobody pulling up and, stealing that shit off the porch.
What you about to say, Jim?
Oh, no, I said I called another one of my local shops and they didn't have it either. So I'm going to have to keep hunting, see if I can find it. I saw one website again. I don't know if it's reputable or not, but I said they were all sold out of there. So I guess I guess they may be reputable,
Power?
but yeah, Power World.
I'm telling you, bro, the game is hot right now. It's hot.
World.
Lightning round time, because that's all I got on the show notes. Let's go through these. Y'all let me know. You can talk as much or as little about you as you want. New fighting game got announced this past week. You would think it would be Injustice 3, but it wasn't. It was Dicko instead. That's what the people are calling it. Dicko. DCKO. New mobile fighting game. Anybody? DC Heroes Come Together.
Bro, you gotta warn me when you say that, though.
Well, that's what they're calling it on the internet. It's called DCKO.
Water, bro.
They dead ass calling this shit Dicko, bro. I was like, I can't unsee it now when I saw that shit, bro.
Once again, they dropped the ball, man. Like, I just, I don't get it. A mobile game? Like,
can you imagine you're a developer on that and you're working on that, and then like one day as you're working, they're like, "Yo, turn on the TV," and you see Marvel Tokon get announced, and you stay there and you look at your DC game, you're like, "Fuck, we're gonna get cooked." They go clown us for this shit, man. Oh man, that's wild, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comment section of this video. Everybody disappointed. They were like, "We got Injustice 3 at home." It was like the Injustice 3 at home. It's like this.
You got
like,
I'm curious if it shares the story of the comic book or they're just calling it DCKO to cash in on that shit, bro. That's gonna piss me off. It's gonna.
Wasn't the art style similar to the comic?
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately,
it does look like it. So it might be tied to that. Hey, when you do this, hey, Ed Boon, this is my guess. Y'all working on Absolute. That's what you need to do. It needs to be
my Absolute Fighter. I would take that.
Absolute Fighter. That's what
I remember. He was asking what people wanted. And
Absolute Justice.
Did say Injustice. They said Injustice 3, but I don't know. I don't know what he's going to cook up.
That shit's making money like crazy.
Yeah, Absolute. Something Absolute needs to happen for sure, though.
They just announced a new book. It's like a mystery that's going on in Gotham, and like it'll take place between the regular Batman and Absolute Batman, and you'll get the perspective of both of them and how they handle the situation.
The collab one where it's like
like there's more shit coming out. They just extended Absolute Green Arrow, I believe, to like 12 issues or some shit like that.
I'd love to see it.
New Vixen and Static got announced too.
Yep.
Absolute Static got announced?
Yeah, new Static. Ongoing Vixen and Static. Yeah.
Oh wow, DC, actually you're doing an ongoing. Where is Mr. Terrific? Why do we not have an ongoing Mr. Terrific?
They really dropped the ball on Mr. Terrific.
How could you pop it? Especially how everyone came out of Superman being like, "Yo, I love this character." And that
says to me they didn't have faith in it. They didn't have faith in it.
Holy shit, man. What a drop. I even read the like limited series they had for that, and it was really good. Such a cool character.
Speaking of not having faith, more layoffs at the Splitgate Studio, 1047 Games. I'm gonna just go ahead and say, pack it up, man. I'm tired of talking about this studio. I'm tired of talking about y'all games. Y'all don't make original games. Your CEO's an asshole. And Impulse sucks. Anybody else?
I mean, we still need to find out who's funding them, because I don't know how they're still around at this point.
Nobody is talking about this game. So it's like, it's only a matter of time, I feel like, before we see that tweet, due to a lack of support, we gotta shut the servers down, bruh. That won't be happening with this next one. Wembanyama announces the cover boy for NBA 2K. Big Wemby J, basketball fan.
I seen people mad about this. They were like, it should have been Jalen Brunson. Newsflash, they decided months ago. Adam Silver, he made the script. He wanted the Spurs to win, but the Knicks triumph. So now you got Wemby. Maybe Brunson will come next year.
I actually agree with that. Just for the simple fact, it's been so long since the Knicks won. They should have did a pivot and put Brunson and Cat on the cover. But they really pushing Wemby on us. So.
Man, again, he's a new face of the league.
Worst part is they stole the cover. Did you see this?
I did. I did see that. Yeah, I was like, ugh, that's a big yikes there.
They stole this cover art concept from this dude who posted it on April 7th. He made this in Photoshop. They just added a little blue tint to it, but it's the same exact concept. I'm like, bro, can y'all cut this man a check? Y'all just nasty.
Yeah, he better speak loudly about it too.
Don't let Ronnie rob you. He's got enough hair pieces. Power World sold almost 2 million copies since 1.0 launched, which is pushing it to over 30 million, I believe. Yeah, 30.5 million copies across PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam.
Oh, I know Nintendo mad. Oh, I know they.
That's why I said, when I say, yeah, I'm getting them Power World cards. Yeah, we just gonna have to buy a package to be safe.
Everything. They said
You got it.
Cards, the games. They're gonna have an anime
I
next.
said
Oh my
30 million copies. Holy shit! Shout out to
Like
them,
this
man.
is one of the best stories. Like, do you understand what Pocket Pair had to go through? First of all, they had to beat the AI Pokemon allegations. They had to beat that. Then they had to beat Nintendo staying silent, and then again silently suing them and doing all these patents and saying, "Oh yeah, you sold this, and this," and then Japan starting off and be like, "Nah, we gonna let that slide. We gonna let that slide. Don't try to do this."
They literally got out of the mud. That is most.
Then 1.0 came out and it's doing numbers like this. That's crazy.
I had tweeted too, like congratulating him, and one dude responded to me, and he was like, "This is the fucking problem with gaming. All y'all like is clones. Y'all don't like no real original shit." And in my head, I'm like, Power World is inspired by Pokemon. First of all, everything is inspired by something, but it is inspired by Pokemon. But the reason it is succeeding is because it's very different from Pokemon. There's no base building.
It's different from even the survival games that its competitors is. It still does like some unique stuff there. So,
like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you advocating for Nintendo? Stop.
I'd be like, first of all, who you talking to? I was like, I play all these damn games. You talking about I like clones? Shut up.
I almost responded to it because then I went to his profile and I looked, and he was a rapper. He made like generic rap trap music. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you're talking about somebody's a clone. I'm like, bro, your music is fucking cloned in ass, bro.
Pot calling the kettle, boy. Again, you love to see it. Man,
a competition is good. It's gonna make Pokemon better. It's gonna take a while. But they're gonna have to whip up in shape if Power World maintains this momentum, bro. And them clips I've been seeing on social, that's what made me buy it. It was on sale for $20. I kept seeing all these cool clips of people fighting the legendary monsters and shit like this. I was like, damn, this wasn't what I played a year ago. Let me see what's going on over here. And then this one's funny, just because it adds to the lore of Kingdom Hearts being confused. Former CEO of Disney, he was the CEO from the 80s till the 2005. He was at a convention and a reporter asked him what was the reason that he greenlit the collaboration between Disney and Square for Kingdom Hearts, and he said he doesn't remember. He don't know. he said I don't even really remember the game, and I said that's crazy because the game don't make no sense. He can't remember nothing. Nobody can remember anything about this game, but y'all trying to convince me it's one of the greatest games ever. Okay.
Hey, don't say that, bro. I don't want to hear that. The Kingdom Hearts fans, they know everything, man.
Kingdom Hearts 4 coming tomorrow.
It's coming whenever. I just can't wait when it comes out and it doesn't get Game of the Year, and then y'all start crying again.
Damn.
I can't wait. Y'all are just like the Spider-Man fans. Y'all get y'all so hyped up off of it, and I'm like, look, I'm happy for y'all. I really am, but you got to understand, you are in such a very enclosed area that I feel like in the greater span of things, like you guys are Disney adults. Guys, I hate to say it. Y'all hate when people call that, but y'all are Disney adults, man. You're the Disney adults of video games, video gamers.
Unfortunate. Mind's Eye added bootleg Rocket League to the game.
Let's get it next.
Okay.
Only thing he cares about this.
Oh man,
Only thing he cares.
Wait. Joke aside, did you get a chance to actually look at the gameplay?
No, why would I want to look at the game?
It looks fucking horrible, bro. If you look at the trailer, man, like I was just like, yo, you guys are just doing shit at this point. What the fuck does this even have to do with Mind's Eye?
Yeah, this is literally the definition of this throwing stuff at the wall and just see what sticks. Like, why? Like, really? Like, you really trying to make this game into an open sandbox? And you're copy again. We talk about copying. Again, you obviously Rocket League and Fortnite did this too. It's like no, I don't know.
What is this?
Let's give him a shotgun that shoots a soccer ball and remove the cars and like we're gonna call it grenade football.
We about to get laid off in 3 months. Let's try to put something together here to see if we can save our job.
They're like one of these things is going to
hit, man.
At some point, somebody clicked them and ship, and they really thought that shit was about to go. Like no. Emulation continues to improve.
By the way,
they're not. You said what?
The I think one of the founders of the studio for this, he's in the Epstein files.
Oh yeah, we've been.
Whatever his name was.
Unfortunate. Wasn't he an ex Rockstar CEO too?
Yes, he came from Rockstar. Yeah,
that's why he was with Rockstar when he was hanging out with them.
And then he tried to tweet through it. He act like he was like, and then he blamed everybody else. He said my game got sabotaged.
Yeah.
PS5 emulation continues to move forward as angry fans are pushing forward to say fuck you, Sony. Last week the update was we were getting still images finally booting up. Now we actually have loading screens for GTA 5 loading up on the PS5, the enhanced version. Who knows? Maybe in like a year it'll actually be playable, but this is crazy progress. They say we don't own the game, so they said they're gonna do what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I've been following these pages, man. I think the thing that impresses me the most is like they're doing it at like breathtaking speeds. Like they are dead ass like night and day. So many people are working on this to try to make it work. And I see somebody like when they showed the GTA 5 to them, they're like, "Well, it's already on the PC. Why are you trying to do this?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm like this is the point. Like literally one of the most popular games on the PS5. If they can get this to work, then literally GTA 6 could be next on the list as soon as that comes out. You're not seeing the vision, my brother. You're clearly not seeing the vision. But them doing GTA 5, if they get that to work, man, it's gonna be GG's. They can probably do Wolverine too. So like just a possibility. They're trying with these older games right now, but you got to think about in the future, in the near future, it seeming like. So I'm rooting for them. Get it cracking. F Sony, I don't care if they try to come back. They're gonna try the Nintendo stronghold, y'all. Want you to actually get something booted, let it happen, bro. Keep going.
Yeah, this is an example of why you just don't want to piss off your fan base, because you just never know how they're gonna respond. And personally, I like this respond. It reminds me I'm not hating hard enough, because you have to understand how like these people are coding 24/7 to get this shit running for free. These motherfuckers hate you, Sony. So yeah, I keep doing what y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
New Wolverine trailer dropped. It's just cinematics, no gameplay. Did it do anything for anybody?
I actually did not watch it because I've seen enough. Like I'm just like the game is 2 months away, less than 2 months away. I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm ready for some gameplay. Like we get it. The visuals look good. He's angry, Jean Grey. I think they're kind of hinting at it because you didn't watch it. I'll tell you, it feels like in the trailer they're hinting at him and Jean will have some type of sexual relations there, lover relations there.
That is so.
And that rubbed a lot of people.
I hate that.
It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
I hate that pairing so much, bro.
Yeah, because I'm like, ain't that supposed to be her and like Cyclops? Like, I don't really.
They've always had this weird love triangle. Yeah, it hasn't been the most exciting storyline, to be honest. But hey,
yeah. I'm good off that. And then for all the brokies out there, if you have Amazon Prime and a Fire TV, you can now stream games for free with Amazon Luna. They are really trying to push this streaming shit forward. It's exclusive to the US and the UK for now, but like I said, if you have Prime and a Fire TV, you can stream all the games on Amazon Luna for free. And there's a new Batman game coming out next week. There's games on Amazon Luna include games like FC26, Indiana Jones, Hogwarts Legacy. Like I said, there's a new Batman game coming out. I see Sonic there, Guardians of the Galaxy. I personally would not go out of my way to get this stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, if you already have this stuff in your house, this is a W from Amazon in my opinion. Especially if you got like kids, just give them a fucking controller and be like, yo, go stream that Guardians of the Galaxy or some shit like that, because they just giving stuff away.
I got all that free shit from Twitch. Might as well use it.
Yep.
Now, what that Batman game gonna look like, I don't know. They didn't show no gameplay. It was just a trailer, and it says coming next week. I said that's a red flag. You can't. I think it's gonna be some type of visual novel where you're just investigating shit, because it's based off the TV show on Amazon, which is more lenient into his investigative skills versus just like the combat and stuff like that. Probably choose your own adventure.
We'll see, but I feel like it's going to be another one of those things that it's going to take a very long time for like the average gamer to hop on the cloud gaming wave, especially when you're sticking into your own ecosystem. That was the reason why the Google Stadia, quickly went away, and then Google also tried their cloud gaming, and that didn't really pan out. Amazon tried, and now they're trying again. So I just don't think we're ready for it. It's just like VR, we're not ready for it yet.
Or you just need good internet, because everybody don't got good internet.
Well, yeah, that's one of the main components. But like, if you're still stuck in your ecosystem, but you don't have any crossplay, just kiss any multiplayer game goodbye, because you're not even going to have even a steady player base to even play some of these games.
Unfortunate. And Sega, last but not least, said they are not abandoning physical media. They still see a lot of value in it. They think it's cold-hearted to do that. They didn't give their plan exactly of what they want to do, but they are talking about how they can support physical media going forward past 2028, which makes me think that they're probably going to be doing some type of limited edition releases, kind of like what we discussed for their games for people who want to own them. Because we know Sonic fans like to hold the disc, go fast with it, so they can run to their console and
Like
shit.
spin 'em.
Yeah. I say this is a W from Sega, and I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts on this. Do you think is this the workaround? Maybe just like third-party publishers coming out and be like, all right, fuck Sony, we don't agree with them, we're gonna do our own like limited runs if you really want to own the game.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of these companies are preparing already, so I think they're going to find a way to still get physical media into the gamers' hands. I also find it funny that there's multiple studios and people in Japan, again, and going back to that, in Japan that are speaking out and it was like, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. So Sony, I don't know what the temperature is there in Japan, but you're pissing off a lot of people in your own nation. So I think you need to like take a look at that. And at least if you don't care about what the gamers are saying on Twitter and you're still saying, hey, Twitter ain't a real place, we don't care about y'all, at least think about what your fellow studios and your fellow people in Japan have to say about it, because they don't like it.
Yeah, I forgot to cover this one. I accidentally skipped over this link, but going back to kind of what you were saying, one of the developers for Dissidia, is that how you say it? The turn-based Japanese RPG? The creator, he said that he doesn't like that they're going discless for the next PlayStation. He said it's cold-hearted and people have sentimental value, but he said, what's the point of a console if you can't run the disc on it anymore? Because he's like, a console is something that you go to use to run these games, but he's like, you might as well just stream your games off the fucking TV. He's like, what's the point?
That's the plan.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the plan.
Remember, the longest thing has always been about consoles is they've always sold them at a loss. So the hardware, if we can now get you these small streaming devices that only cost us $20 to make and sell them for $500, $300, $400, it's now profit.
And the quality looks like shit. The connection's constantly dropping. I don't know about that.
And the PSN crashed.
Yeah. Shout out to Lizard Squad. That's all I got on the show notes. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we wrap this one up?
Yes, I actually played games this week, and they were good. All right, I want to talk about one game. I'm doing this for you, Watts. So I played this game called Guild Run, and oh my god, this game is next. I put 7 hours into a damn demo. If that is not an endorsement, I don't know what is. This game is crack cocaine. Whatever they mix together, bro, they are cooking with gas. This
is it an auto battler?
Yes, it is a auto battler, and also like so it's like auto battlers, like think of it like chess, but like the pieces control themselves through their own AI, and it's basically about like killing the other side before they kill your stuff. And then there's like certain like effects and triggers. So you build this thing up. The best way I can describe this thing is take TFT from League of Legends or any auto battler and combine it with Slay the Spire. And that's the game. And it's only PvE. So you don't have to worry about other players. You're not playing PvP. You don't have to fight against another person. You're just playing PvE, and it's going to have co-op at launch. So you can play with one other friend. So you and a friend can play it together. The premise of the game is, I'm not gonna lie, it's basically solo leveling. It is this idea of these rifts appear in the real world, and it causes these monsters to come through the rift. These monsters are going to be who are behind these rifts, and then humanity, certain humans in humanity, they become empowered with these special abilities. They become these people that you pick in the game, and you're a guild owner. So you have your own guild, and you're hiring these people to join your guild, and then jump into these rifts, and then basically beat off the monster. Through the certain progression.
You gotta say pause. It was a hella emphasis on that beat too. Like,
beat them up. Yeah, and the cool part is like it's not just simply just copy and paste. They know their stuff. Like the design is really engaging. Like I put 7 hours in. I played 3 days straight. I would just wake up. I'd get an itch. I'd be like, let me play for an hour. I thought I was gonna play for 30 minutes. I ended up playing for like 2 hours straight, and I was just like, oh god, I gotta get off. I had to take care of some stuff. So it's really addicting. It's really good. It's just a single player game. No microtransaction stuff, nothing like that. Really cool. So if you like Slay the Spire that came out this year, and you really like that type of game, or you like TFT, I think this might be a match made in heaven. It's got some real cool stuff. The differences between like Slay the Spire, like it doesn't use cards. You're just using your units, but the way it works is when you level up a unit, it upgrades its tier. So they start at C tier, and then they go up to B, then they go to A, then they go to S. And every time you upgrade them, it unlocks a bunch of different perks. And these perks can change their classes. So like a unit can start as like an assassin, and then they can become a duel. So they become an assassin and a duelist. And then that opens up like a whole new strategy level layer. And then they synergize with each other. So then like you'll get items, and then you can equip them, and then they can synergize with so you can make all different types of builds, like poison build, burn build, shield builds, stalling builds, where you try to like stall out the enemy so you can make the storm kill them, like a bunch of different strategies. And like I was able to get as far as during the demo, I got all the way to the hardest difficulty, which is Red Rift, and I can't beat it. I haven't been able to beat it yet, so I'm still trying to beat it, but it's really addicting. I need them to stop playing with me. I'm praying to God this comes out this year. They have not given a release date, but I hope it drops this year, because I would love to play this definitely co-op, but highly recommend it.
Thank you for proving my point that roguelikes are definitely the old heads' favorite type of genre.
It's an auto battler.
But it is a rogue. It has. I'm looking at it. It got roguelike elements. Bro.
Yeah, it do. But it's good.
It was bad.
You might like it. Right. You like Slay the Spire. You might like it.
Yeah, I got too many games on my hand, bro.
Hey, good. Well, what's the reason why you say you like why old heads like it?
Because it respects your time. You
play
get in, run a couple of
play it for 20 minutes, get off, man.
But I gotta get good. I gotta get good at Marvel so I can beat Nomad and Trey and piss him off.
You ain't got it. They gotta fix it, but don't worry about it.
That's all I got on the show notes. So you got the floor, Jay. What is your closing statement for Gaming Illuminati episode 200? Go.
Wow, episode 200. We really made it there, y'all. I mean, clap it up for everybody. It's been great, man. It's been great. Again, huge shout out to everybody who has been watching us, listening to us, especially the people that have been listening since the very first episode when we had a different cast here. Man, it all started with the dream, and we made it into what we made it to now. We miss our sister Watt, so hopefully she will be back next week. But again, man, huge shout out to everyone that again continues to support us, because apparently some people don't go outside and some people do not listen to us, but the numbers say otherwise. So keep putting them numbers on the board, people, because we gonna break through one day.
All right, eat those closing statement for episode 200. Go.
I want to shout out all our haters. I love y'all. Y'all hate us, but your hate just makes me love y'all even more. So I appreciate y'all helping us get to 200 and even more.
Okay. If you made it this far into the episode, leave a comment in the comment section below at youtube.com/GI update saying #we love our haters. That's all. That's all I was gonna say. That's all I got, but I got one more for you. Just a heads up, if you follow us on social media, Android users finally got the ability to react to videos and tweets on Twitter. So fully expect JG to be all over your timeline. Matter of fact, just tweet something out. He might react. He might react to you. This motherfucker just gonna be all over your timeline arguing, boy. That shit gonna be funny, man. But we gonna have fun with it. Other than that, we appreciate you guys for coming through. Hit the like button, rate the show 5 stars, hit the hype button, use all. By the way, you get 3 hypes per week. If you haven't used any, use all 3 on us. And we will see you next week on the Gaming Illuminati podcast. Peace.